Welcome, everybody, to this fourth edition to the Ppv Experience. This show tonight is going to be super huge. I got some great guests tonight, and we are going to talk and shoot the shit about pro wrestling. I can't wait. But I just want to say before we get started, if you haven't listened to the Team Tap Out with Donnie Fulmer and Chris Coleman interview, please do. It was a great interview. Those guys are great. And it was my pleasure to do that interview last week. And I've been sharing it on YouTube and Spotify and all the social media outlets that I can. But also, too, if you're a Steeler fan, every Wednesday is the Ppv Black and Gold Dynasty show. So we talk Steelers. I bring some guests on. We shoot the shit about the black and gold. But tonight, we are going to talk about the WWE's pay-per-view Elimination Chamber. And I got these guests from all walks of life tonight to give their picks tonight. And I'm telling you what, it's a potpourri of guests. And my first guest is special field correspondent Shane Stodmiller. Shane does a lot of stuff for me. He got the Pittsburgh Dad down south when he was on vacation. Shane is just full of stuff. He likes to be entertained, and tonight he's going to entertain us with his wrestling knowledge. Shane, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Bubba. I got a shower tonight, and I'm all smelling good, ready to go. Hopefully that helps me with my wrestling knowledge. But
I'm glad you lathered up. I'm glad you lathered up.
Yeah, I am a pop culture whore, so I should hold my own with that stuff,
okay.
you know. So
well, don't get taken advantage of tonight. Okay, well, we got him again. He's been on the Black and Gold Dynasty show a couple times. We had a big giant preview of the Super Bowl. It's my pleasure to bring the smartest man in Philadelphia back again to the Ppv Experience, my man, Mr. Rich Smoke. Rich, how you doing this evening?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys. How you doing, man?
Are you okay? You okay and stuff? We talked about it off camera.
I'm still wearing the Eagles hat. It's just backwards right now. So, I mean, I'm just trying to keep the logo as far away from my visual as possible. That's all.
Okay.
I'm alive, though. I'm alive.
Okay, brother. Well, this is a different experience because you know your football stuff. Tonight, you're going to use your pro wrestling knowledge to get some good picks. So maybe you could take it to Vegas tonight. You know what I'm saying? So we shall see. But it's a pleasure for both you guys to come on. Now, my third guest tonight, coming right off the hot interview we did last week with Team Tapped Out. Marion Center Zone, the powerhouse, the man who can fucking bench press fucking trucks and submission anybody that gets in his way, but he's also the nicest guy you ever want to meet, and he's a huge Hulk fan. And you can't blame a guy being a Hulk fan. But hey, tonight he's going to give his picks tonight. Tonight, I bring you Mr. Tap Out himself, Donnie Fulmer. Welcome, Donnie. How you doing tonight?
Good. How you guys doing tonight? Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, Donnie. I know you're super busy. I know things are going on. And once again, I want to thank you and Chris for that interview. And Chris said if we do a WrestleMania show, he's coming on. So
that'd be great.
Yeah. And then you three guys, the invitation is open for Mania. Okay, last but not least for this lovely panel that I've never did before in my entire life. I'm a little excited. This gentleman let me on his show. He is the host of Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. He is surrounded down in J-Town, the slapshot city of hockey. But he does wrestling. He goes to all the independent shows. He knows his wrestling. I had to get a wrestling connoisseur, even though Donnie's still a wrestler by blood, by trade. This guy here has a lot of, he might like somebody and he might not. So we shall see. But this man's coming all the way from J-Town, Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk host, Mr. Larry Stryker. Larry, how you doing today?
Hey, Bubba, what's happening?
Oh, nothing, brother. It's just this is a smorgasbord of knowledge tonight. And I know you do your show and you guys do some picks, you know, you and JJ and Jason. You know, what do you call your guys', what do you call them guys?
The shitheads. The shitheads. Yeah, definitely the shitheads. You know how it is.
I do. And I've been called a shithead a couple times or a prick, but you know, it's all the same. But hey guys, I'm so happy that you guys took your Friday night to come on the show and be as entertaining as we can be. And if you guys are hitting like, subscribe, I'm going to get to the Facebook site so we can get some questions. If you guys have some questions about this WWE Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, please let us know, and I will get to these guys and put it out there so these guys can actually answer your questions. But first and foremost, we're going to do a little bit of news and rumors. Now, I don't know if you guys seen that they're trying to do a reality show on wrestling with some wives. Any of you guys see that?
I did see that.
Yeah, it's like the Real Housewives of like WWE at this point. Yeah, I saw that.
It's gonna be a delicious hot mess. I can't wait to watch that shit. I'll tell you what, and I'm gonna admit it here. This is like safe space, right, Bubba?
Yeah, it's the same. You're good.
It was late, and I'd watched just about everything, and I went 20 years without watching much of any TV, and now I'm just eating it up. It came out in like 2005. It's Dallas, basically making the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. It is such it's a train wreck. It's just this older woman who's had a lot of surgeries, fat shaming these girls that are freaking Texas nines, and it's just, I got caught up. I watched like a season, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, got to stop this. I mean, my wife and kids think I'm some sort of pervert, but it's not. I said, it's about their dancing. Damn it. This girl, she can't stay in step. But
all reality shows are scripted, right, Shane? I mean, it's worse than professional wrestling.
Oh, this can't be scripted. These tears are real. They're tugging at my soul.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, if the wrestling wise are half as good as this Dallas Cowboys crap, I'll eat it up like Haagen-Dazs. Okay.
Well, you know how I figured this out? Because actually Ric Flair's talked about it on his To Be the Man podcast, where actually Flair shoots from the hip with his son-in-law, good old Conrad there. If you want a mortgage, you can try. I tried to call one time to get a mortgage and I got shut down. But I do have a mortgage now, but I did try to use some wrestling stuff. So it's going to be built around, did you guys hear about it? It's going to be built around Randy Orton, Kurt Angle, Jake Hager, and Ric Flair's significant other. And they're going to have I don't know how this is going to be.
Which one?
Any of them, any of these wives, and
I mean, Ric Flair's significant other. Which one?
Oh, it's the Fifi one, the maid, the one who's been trying. Yeah. Which one? He's had like 5 wives.
He's busy.
Yeah, the one where he had in WCW, he had the maid, the one that put and helped him through when he was almost dying, which was bad. And if you guys saw that documentary, and you guys watch that documentary, it was a good documentary.
It was.
And I'm glad they didn't talk about the plane ride from hell, because actually there is some stuff in professional wrestling that doesn't need to be shown out to the fans. I mean, come on. But hey, Ryan, thanks for tuning in. Dan, thanks for tuning in. I know you're still on cloud 9 from last week, Dan, but I don't know. So you guys would watch that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. Yeah, absolutely.
Larry, what about you?
Oh, absolutely. Karen Angle's going to be a shit show. you know some of them stories from her and Kurt coming into town. I think we talked about it on the podcast when we had you on, and she's a complete shit show.
Well, I know I got Kurt Angle drunk, so I can actually say that. This is my show. And when I met him, I said, Hi, Bubba, I'm Kurt Angle. And that's how I introduced myself to him. So, I mean, that's how it was. But
he probably thought you were trying to pick him up, Bubba.
Yeah. So Jason Reese, welcome to the show. Is Roman and JJ a couple on there? He says. And he must be talking to you, Larry. And so, and thanks, Ryan. Beth from Florida, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience, where we're talking. We're going to give our picks for the WWE Extreme Chamber pay-per-view. Now, you guys know that WrestleMania is coming, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, any of you guys, Donnie, do you remember the WrestleMania when they did the parodies of the movies and stuff like that?
Yes, I do very much.
What was your favorite parody?
Probably the Braveheart one or the Pulp Fiction one.
Yeah,
the Pulp Fiction with Eddie and Booker, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Well, that's when I didn't like John Cena and I couldn't handle the truth. So, but. Yeah, exactly. But I like Cena now as a peacemaker. Now, Larry, which one did you like?
I like the Braveheart one also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one with Triple H?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Rich, what about you, bud?
Yeah, that was the same one. Yeah, I think
Holy hell, this is unanimous.
I'm a sucker for the movie Braveheart in general, but watching it get spoofed was just as much fun. So yeah, definitely good.
Yeah, it was a
well
good
done.
movie. Shane, what about you? If you remember.
Well, that's the only one I can remember is Cena, and then but you know when I think
military, so
yeah, I didn't watch much anything for years. Although they did do a couple USO things, but I didn't even get the only USO stuff I got to see was I think it was Randy Orton came. And that was it. But I mean, I was always working, so I didn't get to partake in any of that. But I did, after I retired, I did take the kids down to a wrestling event, and Becky Lynch, was slapping around John Cena in Pittsburgh. This was probably 4 years ago.
Probably put the boots.
No, she did, yeah. And I was really impressed. So
I remember the one where what was it? Chrissy Hemme was like doing the orgasm scene. I could say that. Yeah, I can say that on the show. And I think that was
your show.
Kurt Angle was across. And then recently I saw the Gladiator one with Stone Cold. I thought that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is good.
So let me fast forward it to go to 2023 because in WrestleMania 39 they are going to do it again, I believe, because they're going to Hollywood. Now let me start off, and I'll go round robin. Shane, what movie do you think that the WWE should parody and do a segment like they did before, and have the wrestlers like be the characters from that movie? What one movie offhand?
Have Batista be Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. Okay.
I'm joking a bit,
No,
but
that's not
I mean, guys, I'm being serious, and it is going to be funny. Okay, Sound of Music, brother.
Okay. What wrestler is going to be Julie Andrews singing on?
That's what we have to talk about. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I mean, just the musicality. They're going to be running from the Nazis. It's all good stuff,
Yeah.
The Hills are alive. Have who would play her? I think, I don't know. I'd have Bobby Lashley be the dad. Because he's real. What do you think? Maybe.
I'm trying to think of who would be Julie Andrews singing on Top of the Hill, and
Liv Morgan.
That was quick.
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, I've been watching my wrestling this past week, boys.
Flair should do
Charlotte
it.
Flair, Rich? You say Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte Flair.
Oh yeah, Charlotte Flair.
She's not rolling out there.
Yeah, I would make her a heel. I'd make her a nun, like that was beating the shit out of the kid with the roller.
Now you got to make Rhea Ripley one of the nuns.
Yeah, Larry, who would you have in the role in The Sound of Music? Because this is Shane's little expose here. Who would you think would be good?
I never saw that movie, to be honest.
Oh my God!
That's pride, man.
No,
Never
Larry,
seen
I didn't
it.
see the fucking movie either.
Seriously.
So we're good.
You've never seen it either. What the fuck are you guys doing?
I can't get into musicals. I can't do it. I'll put
Man.
my head through a wall.
I won't see Hamilton, but I love The Sound of
Won't watch
Music.
that.
I watched it when I was deployed. I'd fall asleep watching Miami Vice, all the seasons. I'd just put it in and fall asleep. That's all the time. I had like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. The Sound of Music. There's just certain things you got to watch, man. A lot of John Wayne. You got your man card gets a little limp. You got to firm it up once in a while.
Yeah, Sound of Music. Now, Larry, what wrestler would you put in that role, even though you never saw the movie?
Oh man, I'd go with John Cena. Why not?
John Cena as Julie Andrews.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could see that. Little man on man woke love. I don't mind.
What do you think? What do you think, Donnie?
Oh boy.
I need coffee after that.
Yeah.
We're going off the rails already.
Go ahead and throw Rollins in there.
Rollins?
That's a good one. Seth Rollins.
I like his boots from the other day. Beth from Florida said The Notebook.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've never seen that fucking movie, Beth, because
I only saw it once.
I don't need to see it ever.
Yeah, that was
bad.
Hey, Bubba.
Yes, sir.
So I get a lot of flack for this.
Okay.
Guess what other movie I have never seen, and I bet you all Ians have seen it 1,000,000 times.
Well,
better not say Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, or Die Hard, or I'll have to fucking erase you.
No.
I get flack for this every time.
What is
it?
The Goonies.
What?
Oh my
Oh,
God!
man.
You've never seen the fucking Goonies, bro?
What rock did you
Never.
crawl out
Listen,
from under?
There's a list. There's like I feel like there's a list, like a really long list of movies that you have to
Man,
watch before
I
you
have
die.
12
And that's on it.
I have
That's
teenage kids that have seen more pop culture stuff. I mean,
Larry.
My son's 16 months old. I'm pretty sure he might have it.
Larry.
what about the
I
Rocky
did.
movies? You watch the Rocky movies?
I did see the Rocky movies.
Okay, we were about to have a problem. I'm a
Yeah.
Philadelphian,
Wow.
so that gets personal for me,
Wow.
man.
Okay, well, so Shane, I went with you
Okay.
for the new movie. Okay, so Rich, let's go with what movie you would have the WWE do as a segment for WrestleMania 39.
Oh man, I didn't prepare like this guy did.
No,
This guy
that's
had the whole
okay.
monitor
This-
up
this-
there. This
yeah.
guy came showered and prepared,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just asked
man.
a question. It wasn't on our booking sheet, but sometimes I can I'm audible in here. Oklahoma.
I'd say you just make a Rocky spoof and just toss like Walter as Rocky in there. I could see it. I could see it with the
Oh
face.
yeah.
Oh,
With the
okay.
face with that
Who would
greedy
be
look on his
Mickey?
face.
Okay.
Who would be Mickey?
It would be Mickey. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You got to use somebody random as
You're a
hell.
bum rock.
Make it Paul Heyman. Just toss him in there while you're at it. I think he's calling everybody bums all the time and kissing asses anyway, so you might as well toss him in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Let's go. Okay, Larry, I'll go with you because the sound of the music, everybody had to put something in that one.
Yeah.
Larry, what movie do you think that you would do if the WWE,
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers?
Ooh, that's a good
Ooh,
one.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Who are the
yeah,
brothers? Who are the
yeah.
brothers going to be?
So I'm thinking the Good Brothers. Just
Okay.
That's not bad. That's a good idea.
That is.
Yeah.
because did you ever see their Talking Shop
Yes.
pay-per-views? Fucking horrible, but so funny. It's like a train
Yeah.
wreck.
They probably got
Trainwreck.
more
No
views than
pun-
I get, though. They probably get sponsorship and everything. So
No pun
Yeah.
intended with the train wreck, but you still got to watch it.
I feel like Will Ferrell and them were so old in that movie, you might as well just bring back Degeneration X to do it. Just have Shawn Michaels and
Oh.
Triple H go at it.
and it would be bad.
Don't touch my drums.
Okay, Donnie.
So much room for activities.
Donnie, what movie, Donnie, would you have in 2023 WrestleMania if they had a segment and you had a part of it as like a producer and WWE was going to do a segment? What movie?
Lethal
would you
Weapon.
Oh, good
do?
one.
Lethal
Ooh.
Weapon.
Oh,
Okay.
Which one? 1, 2, or 3?
As long as it's Murtaugh and rigged. So what,
Yep.
what
There
does
you
it
go.
matter?
There you go.
Okay. So who would be the wrestlers in the roles, Donnie?
Bobby Lashley and Rollins.
And Rollins? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good one.
Okay.
Nice pick.
And Beth again from Florida said Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I don't know what I don't know what I would do because I would probably do Talladega Nights.
Shake and bake.
He said Step Brothers. That's what I thought of, too. I thought of Talladega Nights right away.
And it was because of Larry said Step Brothers, and I always loved Talladega Nights.
Oh, me too.
And God, I
One
don't
of
know
the best
who-
movies.
And you know what? I would do Bailey because Bailey's very fun. Yeah, Bailey's funny as shit, and
Yeah.
Bailey could be the Will Ferrell part trying to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, that's my pick. Is crazy.
I wanted to get Wonder Bread stickers on Halloween for my Camaro and drop the kids off at school, but my wife nixed it when she found out that it was going to be like $300.
Yeah. Wow, for stickers. Damn.
Oh yeah, I show
Wow.
up. I pick them up in like my wife's little bicycle shorts, like it's the 90s. So you know what happens? You know how I'm here tonight not picking their little asses up is you embarrass them, and then they hitch rides.
Never asking Dad to come back.
Holy heck!
Yep.
Your fellow partner JJ. JJ, welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the Triple B Experience, JJ, and JC Day. Thank you for tuning in. So, okay, now we got those movies out of the way. Now I got some sad stuff to go over here real quick
Mhm.
because I've been into pro wrestling for and Rodney James. Thanks for tuning in. I've been in the business for a long time. Donnie has too, and I just want to say, legendary pro wrestling promoter and a father of Jeff Jarrett, double J, J-A, double E-T-T-T-F-G-A. I don't know how to fuck he spells it all the time. But Jarrett passed away at the age of 80 years old. Jarrett was a big time promoter. He was the promoter of Continental Wrestling Association, CWA. Started in 1977. He had Lawler, and they were in Tennessee, merged into World Class Championship Wrestling with Fritz Ball and Eric and stuff like that. And he actually worked with WCW and WWF because he was going to be, I think when Vince had the scandal of the steroid court trial, he had to go up and he had to have some kind of semblance of being able to run a company. And then eventually he would sell, he formed the United States Wrestling Association in 1989, the year I graduated from high school. Wow. Yeah, I know. And USWA used to have the big names come down from WWF. Vince come down and did some stuff and brought the Undertaker down, and Kurt Angle actually had his first. So did The Rock at USWA, and then he would sell it to Jerry Lawler, and then he in 2002 he was the founder of NWA TNA, which is now Impact Wrestling, and Jeff Jarrett and the family. I just wanted to put that out there because when there's big names in the wrestling business, and he's did a lot of stuff like Memphis Wrestling was very, very hot, and I'm old school wrestling. So did you guys ever watch any type of Memphis Wrestling?
No.
Of course.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, you never did, Larry?
I did.
No.
Okay.
I was too young for that.
Okay. Well, if you guys ever get a chance, because Savage was down there.
Yeah, pulled up from the archives. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then, Jeff, his son has actually got a contract with AEW. I mean, he was a former NWA world champion, a former WCW champion, a former Intercontinental champion. And Jarrett's been around for a long time, that whole family. So, I mean, the week before you had Lawler with a heart attack and a stroke. And then this week you have Jarrett passing away. So, oh, hey, thanks, JJ. Oh, he says, keep up the good work, Bubba and friends. Larry sucks.
Yeah,
he says, Larry.
He's an asshole. Typical asshole,
So, but
let me ask you, did he watch the Goonies?
Hey, JJ, did you watch the
He
Goonies?
might be a little bit less of an asshole than Larry over here if you've seen the Goonies. Right. If you've seen either the Goonies or Sound of Music, he's already improved.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, your Extreme Wrestling podcast got to have a watch along so you guys can watch the Goonies. Hey guys, yeah.
Maybe if they spoof it, it'll finally make it on Larry's show, and he'll have to.
AJ never saw it either. Jason,
Oh man!
Holy shit, we got a damn Jason to tune in. Jason tunes in.
Yeah.
If he doesn't watch it, Jessica Stodmiller says, "What's up, Shane? Thanks for tuning in, Jessica. Robbie, thanks for tuning in. What's up, gangsters? I'm not a gangster. I'm a country boy. No, I'm not, because I don't like country music. I don't like country music. I'm a headbanger. But anyway, guys, now tomorrow night, this is why we're here. I wanted to do a little bit of wrestling talk, and it's been going good, and we're cracking jokes, and I appreciate everybody that's watching and stuff. It's awesome, and I appreciate you guys for tuning on right now and giving these funny facts, Larry. I really do. But tonight, we got to get into the picks. I've never done this before on this kind of format on any type of shows that I've had or I ran. I've done this on the Triple B Double D Heavyweight podcast. Me and Todd DeFazio did this, but I've never done this. Rod said metal rules. You're absolutely right. This is the first one, and I want to do this of many, and I think this first show is already entertaining as hell. And if you're not listening and not watching this, you guys are shit out of luck. But anyway, the WWE Elimination Chamber 2023, it's on at 8 p.m. on Peacock Network. Do you guys like the Peacock Network?
It's all right.
There's not enough there to keep me locked in, honestly.
No.
Okay. Shane's a no. Rich is a no.
I like that it's free. I like that it's free.
Oh, free's
now.
good.
I mean, rather than paying the old,
free?
back in the day, the old pay-per-view prices of like $70 or whatever it was. That sucked. So I'll take that part of the Peacock experience. But,
okay, Larry, you either tie it or you tied us up, or it's unanimous.
Well, we got the same streaming service, so I don't need to have the Peacock channel.
We do. Our fucking cable's good, man. Yeah, you guys need to catch it, Larry. And I'm telling you, but I also do the Peacock though, because I can do both. I can do WWE Network and the streaming service that I pay for. And actually, I'm watching SmackDown right now in case there's some kind of super duper thing happening tonight while we're on.
Well, that's
But-
WWE. That's not going to happen.
Well, see what I do is I'm busy all week long. So like during the work week, I'm busy. So like I actually have YouTube Live TV. It records everything, so I can just come back and watch it later. Like I usually watch my Friday Night SmackDown on like Tuesday, and I usually watch Monday Raw at the very same night if I have the time to watch them both. So YouTube Live is nice.
You're in the world of upside down. It's your Tuesdays are. That's because you have young kids, right?
I have a 16-month-old, so I got one kid. So it keeps me busy.
So Donnie, do you watch a lot of the WWE product? I know you watch a lot of wrestling sometimes, but I know you're busy with coaching and stuff. Do you still watch?
Yeah, I watch as much as I can. I go back through and catch up on old stuff. So yeah.
Now let me ask you about the old stuff. Is it the old school stuff, Donnie, that you like?
NWA?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I figured.
NWA. I even pull up the old Memphis stuff. And
JJ said Larry loves the peacock. That's what he said. So he said, I'm only reading my thing. I don't know. But anyway, you can take it out with him, Larry, when your show. You can bash him. But the pay-per-view takes place in Bell Centre in Montreal, Canada. And we all know in Montreal, Canada, when the WWE shows up with a pay-per-view, starting with you, Shane, do you think it's going to be some trickery and some kind of bullshit kind of thing happening?
Oh yeah, that's it's gonna be a really wild place. I mean, from what I've read, before this great podcast here, I did some research, and that's one of the most I would say probably one of the best places to wrestle if I was a wrestler. It would be Montreal. I mean, Montreal, New York. And I would have to say, down in like Georgia, those would be like the three places if I were to wrestle, that's where I'd want to be. I mean, you got, but that's it. It's going to be a wild time, but I don't think they're gonna trickery. I don't know. I don't know. They might try to fool us, but you might have a couple matches that don't go the way you think they're going to go, but
Okay.
He always
Donnie,
missed one of those.
Let me go with Donnie next, then I'll go with Rich after that. Do you think wrestling in Montreal, Canada, Donnie, there's going to be some situation like we've had in the past in WWE?
I just think it's going to be a hot crowd, and it depends what they do with Sami Zayn as well, because they're going to have it's going to leave a big impact tonight. That's home. That's his home. And I won't be surprised if Kevin Owens comes back tonight.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, that would be good.
Okay, good.
He's going to be the X factor. I'll talk about that later.
Okay, Rich, what about you, real quick?
I think they're going to squeeze something in there. I mean, I would like to. I agree. I think Sami Zayn match is probably the one that everybody's ready for the most. I think it's like the largest emotional buildup that we're dealing with right now, especially with he brought up the guy I was going to bring up later as well, which the whole KO thing, and you got the Usos, which I wasn't sure if they were going to lose their titles or not. I figured they wouldn't because it wasn't a major pay-per-view. Very rarely do you lose a title on a regular Friday night. But yeah, I agree. I think the Sami Zayn fight might be the shocker of the night, but I hope so at least. I hope so.
Okay. Now, Larry, your wrestling knowledge, what do you think? Montreal, Canada. What do you think that always goes on up there?
Montreal screw job number 2.
I knew somebody was going to say it. Okay.
And just like Donnie said, if Kevin Owens comes back, I can see him screwing Sami Zayn.
That would be bad. That would be harsh.
The heat.
Okay. That would be nuclear heat.
I think KO hates Roman more. Yeah, I think KO hates Roman even more.
Yeah, it'll go the other way if anything.
After how he had him on the ropes, man, I feel like if Kevin Owens comes back, he's looking for blood from Roman more than anybody else.
Okay. Well, we got where the place is going to be. Now let's get to the first match of this card, and I will do a round robin like I did before so I can get your guys' pick. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, and I will go starting with Donnie this time.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pick Brock for the rubber match.
Okay. Why would
I have high expectations of this match, but I need to scale it down a little bit.
Okay.
If they're going to do more with him, he's going to go over. But I'm really good with either guy. I like this matchup, but I want to see more from it.
Okay.
So I'm going with Brock.
Okay, you're going with Brock. Let me go with you, Rich.
Yeah, I'm going Brock. I like the revenge matchup. I think the storyline's there, and I agree. If you're going to keep Brock Lesnar on the product and you want him to keep being able to fill those seats when it comes down to it, I feel like he has to have a win here against Bobby Lash. I think it'd be a perfect way to end that storyline arc as well. I mean, it's been going on for a little while, not like a full-time thing, but I think that'd be a pretty good one to bring Brock back, and especially after how he walked into the trap, last week, and he gets speared by Lash. I think it'd be nice to kind of come back and kick his ass.
It's a good
live
thing,
in prime time. Yeah.
Okay. Larry, you're up next. Who do you picking?
I'm taking Brock also.
Oh my! Why? Why?
I mean, Brock always wins. I mean,
Brock always wins, except for when he doesn't and he loses the Roman Reigns. Except for when he doesn't.
As short seems like it, Brock always wins. You don't. If you miss a match, you already automatically know Brock won.
Right.
WWE is so fucking predictable. I hate it. I can't stand WWE.
Tell us how you
sorry.
feel, Larry.
Don't get me started.
No. Hey, man, it's the experience. That's what it's here for. So, okay, you're taking right now. It's 3 for Brock. Now, Shane, what do you think?
Not so fast.
Okay.
I think. Well, now Rich brought up a good point. I mean, is he gonna win and or are they just gonna keep pushing it even more and have Bobby? I think Bobby's gonna win this match, and they're just gonna. I don't think it's gonna end. Do you think I think they're gonna get another match out of this.
So you're taking Bobby Lashley.
I am. I think they're.
Okay, you broke up the streak here.
I can see why. So it's. I mean.
I think it's fair to go either direction. I mean, it just depends on how you see the arc. I mean, and how you feel about it. Yeah.
Why not continue it for another 6 months?
Or another 2 years. Who knows with the WWE?
Get the money, baby.
Let's stretch it as long as we can. We're making champions reign longer than ever in history, and we make the most predictable. Listen, I remember when I was growing up and watching the WWF back in the original days, like I felt like the title was changing hands so damn often. You didn't see title reigns go nearly as long as they do now. I mean, having the bloodline, and not only that, but it's the first time we've ever watched like a whole group of like 3 or 4 guys just run the show. Well, really 2 shows in this case. And just nonstop. I mean, it wasn't like that when we were, going back 15, 20 years ago. It wasn't like that at all. I think Cena kind of started this trend where we just have one guy run with the show as long as we can before we get bored.
Well,
and even him, they tease bringing back every week just to try to keep the ratings up because we all wait for him to show up. I know we're not talking about this right now, but the Royal Rumble was disappointing as hell in my opinion. I thought that was one of the worst pay-per-views I watched in a while. And I know they were talking about all these guys might show up, and none of them actually showed up. So
right.
It was a major tease. It was blue balls and a half, man. Everybody's sitting around like, these guys are going to show up, and 0 of them showed up. It's like, this is what we waited for the whole time. Great, wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, so I got 3 for Brock, 1 for Bobby, and the reason why this is the third match, this is the tiebreaker match. I do like Brock. I've always liked Brock Lesnar, but also too, I also like Bobby Lashley, and I like where it's going with these 2 fucking rhinos in the ring. And to me, to end a feud has to be a stipulation, and this is just a regular match. So I don't know if they're going to keep going to WrestleMania. I don't know. And maybe they'll cool it off. I don't know. Or they're going to experience something maybe with Walter and Brock. I've been hearing stuff. I don't know. But I'm going to take Bobby Lashley as hard as it's. I mean, I do like Brock, but I just want to see this feud go a little more, and I want a different stipulation.
A little more.
So
it's been going on for 5 years now.
No.
Well, the problem is, I mean, how long do you want to push it? Because, I mean, that means one of them has to break the feud for a minute to win a title to be able to finish it off the way that WWE usually does, which means you're talking about maybe another year. I mean, at that point, that's a long stipulation. It's very rare that a stipulation goes on that long.
You're not wrong, Rich.
I know, but I want to stipulate. I want to like they haven't. There was no big. It's all been wrestling matches. It hasn't been any type of stipulation. No steel cage match.
No blow off match.
Yeah. So let's just. I'm gonna go with Mr. Lashley.
I just feel like the WWE usually ends these major feuds with title disputes, and it's like there's not really a title to be disputed over. So I'm wondering how long they drag this out, and maybe it's not going to be the end for a while. Maybe they take a break from it and bring it back again. I feel like it's just such a great rivalry, and like both of them are great athletes. Both of them are monsters. They're fun to watch, both of them, and no matter what match they're in. So I mean, it's a great one to watch. I mean, I'll definitely be tuned in for it, obviously. So
Bobby Lashley is, he's a classy guy though. I met him in the Arnold Classic a few years back. Real classy guy.
Well, I watched his MMA, and I mean, he was spectacular. People say that all these guys can't fight. That's not always the case. I mean, some of these guys can. They just choose to be performers instead. And that guy in the MMA ring was destroying people in like 25, 30 seconds. I mean, dude's a beast in every sense of the word.
He stretches for 45 minutes. I was on a show at Lashley. He stretches for 45 minutes before he even gets in the ring. And it was a battle royal, and he just picked people up and tossed them out the fucking ring. And it was groovy.
Well, I always said when he first came on, they underutilized him the first time around. I mean, I feel like they barely used him. I feel like, now we talk about him all the time. And I remember like when he first came in and he became a somewhat big name, like he was known, he really wasn't utilized much at all as far as like major events or any major storyline. So it's nice that they finally utilize him. And it only took him to go dominate in MMA and all that stuff to finally kind of get his groove going. But Bobby's the real deal, man. Bobby's a real hell of an
This is going to be a good match. 3 for Brock, 2 for Bobby. We shall see. I got it written down.
And 2 of us are going to be wrong.
Yeah, next match, Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and the monster Rhea Ripley. And I'm going to go with you, Larry, this time.
Oh, all right.
I'll put you on the spot.
I'm going to go with Edge and Beth Phoenix. You got to give them
Edge and Beth.
one last time in the spotlight.
Okay.
I mean, Beth is what, 63? I mean, I think she's on dialysis at this point. I mean, she's been around for quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
And, Copeland's not looking too good himself either.
Okay.
I mean, he's still in good shape. I mean, better than me. But damn.
Me too. Except for Donnie. Donnie got him all beat.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Shane, let me go with you.
I don't like this match. I mean, Edge is old as hell, and Beth Phoenix is no spring chicken, as you mentioned. Rhea Ripley is one that I know her. Finn Balor, I don't know him. So
Finn is incredible. He's awesome.
Okay, so I'll probably take Finn and Ray, but because Rhea Ripley. But yeah, this is just not a good matchup. I mean,
okay. Rich, how about you?
So I just want to start by saying I really, really want Edge and Beth to win. I mean, that's who I would like to see as a fan.
Why do you want him to win?
I just like the way that Edge, I mean, I think that Edge has always transformed really well. I mean, like you watch him back in the day, I hated Edge when he first came out. Was not a big Edge and Christian guy. Wasn't a fan. Then everybody was a fan of Cena at one point, or at least most people were. And I hated him during that whole feud. I was always rooting Cena. But I'll say over the last couple of years, as Edge has kind of taken on like this better, in my opinion, a better persona. I loved him a lot. But what I will say as far as my prediction is going to be Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. And the reason why I'm saying that is more logical than what I want, which is with Rhea about to go in for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania, it's really hard to say we're going to make her lose a match to people that aren't even involved, or whatever. Like, we're going to have Rhea Ripley lose to Beth Phoenix in Elimination Chamber, and then we're going to try to push her as a star at WrestleMania for the championship against Charlotte Flair. I feel like logically looking at it, the way WWE is, they're not going to let their star of the show, their women's star of the show of WrestleMania, walk out and lose to Beth Phoenix and Edge. I just don't see it.
Okay. She will take the pin.
Okay.
That's what if they lose it all, it's definitely not going to be her who loses it. She's going to be the one that's solid. What the hell just happened? But yeah, no matter what, she doesn't lose it. But I think just for the fanfare and the trajectory of where they want her to go, you can tell they've been pushing her for a long time, and rightfully so. She's a hell of a competitor. I just feel like it has to go. I think it has to go Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley.
Okay, Rich got Finn and Rhea. Now let's go with you, Donnie.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go with Edge and Beth.
Okay, why, Donnie?
Well, I think we're going to start seeing that they're going to start pushing that faction apart with Beth Phoenix. I mean, Rhea Ripley and the other guys with Finn and that, because it's going to be like a distraction for her goal. So,
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see that, but I see where your head's in the game here. I see that.
Or Finn gets pinned and Rhea gets pissed off and starts snapping at people.
Exactly.
I mean, they always create those internal feuds and factions to try to break it up. Yep.
Because when they were setting up for this match, Rhea wasn't there and they spoke for her. I think that's going to play into the storyline.
Yeah.
I definitely could see shenanigans in this match. Like some.
Yeah,
that's a
think
good
long
call
term,
on.
I don't see Dominic Mysterio beating Ray. I mean, if that does happen at some point, I think they're going to start breaking this group down one by one. Ray coming over Dominic, and I think eventually Edge is going to have his shot at Damian Priest.
But to push and make Dominic go over on his old man has to probably happen eventually, though. To make him a viable superstar, he has to go over on Ray.
I don't like that idea, though.
I know nobody does.
You can't do that to Ray, man. You can't do that to Ray.
But
I think they need to work an attitude adjustment angle where Ray goes over and spanks him.
Ray goes over, Dominic humbles himself a little bit as Dad goes and kind of steps in Dad's shoes kind of thing. I mean, because right now, what a number of seems like is Dominic is just playing that typical rebellious teenager type role. And, what do we always say it takes to get your kid in line? Sometimes a little bit of an old-fashioned ass whooping kind of helps. So maybe Dad gives the son a little bit of an ass whooping and son straightens out. We'll see. But, yeah.
I mean, that could turn out to be possibly a special match, but we'll see down the road.
Okay, I got Ralph Williams. Edges. Yes, Larry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Larry. I can read this after done.
So I know you worked for a lot of feds years ago. Do you remember when Beth Phoenix? I believe she showed up in Johnstown at the Westmont Grove. Do you remember that?
I don't, but I was on a show with Beth Phoenix at Monroeville.
Okay,
I wrestled
FNW.
Really?
Dirk Ziggler. I wrestled Dirk Ziggler, and and she was with the All Nighters. That was the team. Yes.
Yes.
And Beth Phoenix was not very big at all.
Nope.
She's small.
Really, Baba. How big is she?
She was. I bet you she was 5'3". She was tiny.
She's small.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's jacked,
she's
though.
a powerhouse.
She's solid.
No, but I don't remember that in J-Town, but I do remember him in Monroeville. I was on a show with her, and now she's a WWE Hall of Famer. So I mean, I think I said hi to her. Respect in the locker room, of course.
Yeah,
but
set up for success.
I believe it was FNW. I remember that day.
Oh yeah, it probably FMW used to run a lot and stuff, and they probably had that. They had great matches and a great roster. So yeah, she probably did. She probably was on that in the J-Town.
We got like 18 inches of snow that day, and there was maybe 6 people in the crowd.
Oh shit, that sucked. Oh man. Oh, Polinsky's. They lost a lot then, probably, which is terrible. I know all about losing money running a wrestling company, but Ralph Williams, Edge is bringing in Gangrel to help him with Judgment Day. And he said WrestleMania, Ray versus Dom, and we already discussed that, and that probably will be a match at Mania because it's 2 nights. And I don't see Gangrel coming in. I don't think.
No.
He's
not moving too well. I mean, he could, but he's not moving too well.
Yeah, Dave's still training down south and stuff. Yesterday was, I believe, his birthday. But I'm gonna take Finn and Rhea due to the fact that the Judgment Day has to get over on Edge. Edge comes off, and he's been beating her ass for the last month, since he came back from the Rumble. And Rhea has to be strong to go in for this title shot that she's getting. And I believe she is going to lay the smackdown. I do like Beth Phoenix, but I think Rhea, that one time in the first 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, was the most prestigious she's ever did, where she was kicking everybody's ass when she was the NXT champion. And I believe she will pin Beth Phoenix in the ring, and she's going to take that into Mania. So I'm taking Finn and Rhea.
Well, I feel like we all agree on one angle of this, which is if anything happens, Rhea's pinning Beth or Finn is pinning Edge.
Yep.
I mean, no matter what, Rhea's not getting pinned. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
She's the only person. I think she's the only person in this match that is safe from a 3 count. That's all I know.
And we didn't talk about Dominic actually making something happen and maybe causing Edge or Beth to lose.
Could be Damian.
That could happen too.
Could be Damian. I mean, Damian has the most grudge with Edge out of the whole group, really. So, I mean.
Well, speaking of Damian, that's the next match that we're going to be talking about. The WWE U.S. Championship Chamber match for the U.S. title. Champion Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins versus Mr. Wrestling Johnny Gargano versus Bronson Reed versus your man, Rich, Damian Priest versus Montez Ford. I'm going to go with you, Shane, first. I put you on.
I'll tell you what. This is the one that would just leave anybody's head scratching. Because I'll tell you what. Now Bronson Reed, but you got Damian Priest and Seth Rollins and Austin Theory. All those just pop right there. The crowds love those guys. Those guys are just fire. So I don't know. I've been leaning towards Damian Priest. I think he's gonna get some love.
That's who you're taking?
I'm gonna take him.
Wow.
Yeah, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest.
If they decorate him, they're probably going to decorate Rhea Ripley come WrestleMania. I mean, so we're kind of thinking that they're going to glitter gold for a while on that crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I agree. When you have a faction like that, you have to either build them all the way up, or you kind of have to tear them down. I mean, it's not really in the middle.
Well, let's go with you, Rich.
You guys have to understand. I haven't watched, since COVID. I tuned out, and it's just this past week I've been trying to catch up for this. So this is just fresh eyes.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to watch wrestling when there's no fans during COVID. It was very hard.
Oh, it was horrible. I couldn't do it. I tuned in and tuned out. I couldn't watch those screens.
Yeah, poor Drew McIntyre, man. He was the shit, fucking kicking everybody's ass, and never got to defend it.
He always gets robbed. He always gets robbed.
He was fantastic.
I love
fantastic.
He's been robbed ever since he joined. I feel like there's always been like
fantastic.
Every time I think he deserves the next step, they always kind of hold him back a little bit. I feel the same way about
terrible.
Braun. I feel the same way about Braun Strowman in most cases. I feel like that guy's an absolute beast.
Oh,
he gets robbed all the time. Like he always has some of the biggest viewed matches, but I feel like he wins so little when it comes to like actually having like those top echelon matches, which is a shame because he belongs in there, in my opinion, with the Lashleys and everybody. I mean, I think he's that good to where he could be.
Sure.
But as far as this match goes, I mean, I would love Seth Rollins to win one.
You're my next guy. Seth, you're taking Seth?
No, I wish I could say.
Okay, I didn't write it down.
I like Seth Rollins.
So I go into every match with who do I want to win and who do I think is going to win, and those are like the two people that I kind of focus on the most as I watch.
I got
the
a
match.
quarter. You want me to flip a quarter? I'll flip a quarter.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I do. I'm going to say I think Damian Priest is going to win this as well.
Oh my god!
I mean, just for the storyline, but I will say that if I had to pick who I wanted, it's going to be Seth Rollins. But I'm going to take Damian.
You're going to take Damian, okay?
But I want it to be Seth, just for the record.
Okay.
Watch me get them all wrong, and the person that I wanted to win the whole time is going to be all the wins. This always happens to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Donnie, your take.
I'm going to pick Rollins. They're going to start pushing him back up the card.
I hope so.
You're taking Seth Rollins, okay? Because they're pushing him back up the card?
Yeah. And let's face it, his matches with Cody and some of the other performances he's had.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. I like
more
that.
fun to watch than Priest, in my opinion, but yeah.
I like that, yes.
Yeah, this is a hard match to pick. Now I'm going to you, Larry, because it's a hard match to pick. Who do you think?
Well, let me tell you, this is probably going to be the shitter match for me. I'll
Pick
probably go to the bathroom.
Pick a wild card. Pick a wild card. Pick
This is going
Montez
to be a long match, Larry. So it's going to be a long.
Imagine being the. You know what sucks though about that job? Imagine having to be like Montez Ford in that fight. It's like nobody gives a shit about you right now. Like we like you. Like you're good. Don't get me wrong. But in this match, nobody cares about you right now, Montez Ford. That's a shame.
They didn't do anything to build him in there yet. So.
Exactly. Like we all know there's. I mean, if he wins, it'd be like the most shocking thing. That would be the Canadian trick right there. That would be the one where I'd be like, okay, you were fucking right. There's a trick in this match. That's what it was. Nobody saw that.
Okay, well, you're in the shitter, Larry, for 45 minutes. It's going to be a 45-minute match. And who do you think?
Well, I can't stand Austin Theory. Let's get him out. I can't stand that little fucker.
Okay, he's going to lose the title, you think? Okay.
Johnny Gargano, I hate. Just because I just hate him.
Jeez.
I'm dislike. I just hate everybody.
Wow. Okay, keep going.
Larry, you should be for a hater or lover kind of guy.
Bronson Reed. Who the hell's that?
He's about our size.
I know who he is.
Okay, I know.
Yeah.
You're just fucking with me. I understand.
You're right. But I'm going to have to go with Damian Priest also.
Holy shit, Damian Priest. Okay, I'm writing this down.
This panel agrees too much. We didn't go far enough outside the box for this.
Yeah.
For this group.
And Ralph said Seth will win. Ralph Williams, and if Seth does not win, Theory will. Jeff Brooks, thanks for tuning in. And Chris, the pay-per-view is Saturday at 8:00, brother. 8:00, not Sunday.
I hope I can stay awake.
Yeah, well, I'm going to watch my nephew powerlift tomorrow, and hopefully, So let's say you guys, there's 3 of you for Damian. I am not taking Damian Priest.
Don't take Theory either.
Well, it's my pick, Larry. Jesus. Now, when Rich said about, I believe Montez Ford will actually showcase his talent in this chamber match.
Yeah.
I believe he is going to break away from the Red Solo Cup fucking team because I don't like that. It's like a Toby Keith fucking bad song, but
the country concert in that.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Now I do like Johnny Gargano. I always have, but I don't think they're going to put the strap on Johnny. And as much as it's going to piss you off, Larry, because you're going to be in the shitter, I believe that Austin Theory retains the title in the Elimination Chamber.
What you gonna do? Smack you in the face with a cell phone?
Yeah.
You're gonna flash it. You're gonna flash it with the iPhone. With the iPhone light.
I'm sorry, Larry, but I mean,
you're fine.
I know.
I think they make him. I think they make him hard to like on purpose. They always have those guys.
Sure.
He's
a great athlete.
Yeah.
The thing is, it irritates you so much that it sticks in your mind, though, whether you like it or not. It's those nagging things that kind of stick in your brain that you can't fucking forget.
Austin Theory was great when he was wrestling in Evolve Wrestling. He was so good. And he was a Vince. Vince loved him. And then when Vince left to take a retirement, they beat him down a little bit.
Retirement.
It's tomorrow, JC. The pay-per-view's tomorrow.
I feel like with wrestling, sometimes it's better to be hated than to be loved. I think this is the one sport where they always kind of love having the villain, and the villain always prevails.
Unless you live in your hometown, it's very hard to be the bad guy in your hometown because they still fucking cheer you. And it's a true fact.
That's true.
It's hard, but I mean, I've done it. Most of my career, I was a face, but when they turned me heel, and Donnie remembers, they were cheering for me, and it was like it wasn't supposed to go that way.
Well, unless you're both from the same place. I mean, if you're both from the same place, then they kind of break even.
Yeah. So anyway,
this match,
yes, sorry. Larry.
This match, I'm glad we do not have to pay for our pay-per-views.
Well, I paid $29 because I got 3 boxes.
Well, I mean, at least you're not paying $49.99 or $60.
I wouldn't pay. I haven't paid for that in 20 years.
At least you get your money's worth of WWE. I mean, I remember I bought a pay-per-view for a Chuck Liddell fight back maybe about 15 years ago, right? 15 years ago. He walks out. It might not have been 15 years ago. It was a long time ago, though. But he walks out. He's fighting. I can't remember who he's fighting. This is when he was on like that really, really hot streak when he was like unstoppable. He walks. So we watched like the opening, and there's a couple of chicks that fought, or a couple of new dudes, whatever it was.
Right.
Everything's cool. We're all hyping ourselves up and cracking our beer open to get ready for the Liddell fight. Liddell comes out, hits him twice, match is over. I mean, he hits him once. I forget who but he hits the dude one time. Dude stumbles a little bit. And then he just comes over top, hits him with 2, and then the fight's over. I'm like, what?
2 sips of the beer, it was over. 2 sips.
I didn't even sip it yet. The lid, I just cracked it. I mean, it just opened, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like that was literally.
They call him the Iceman for a reason.
Yeah, that dude was nasty. When that guy was in his prime, nobody wanted a piece of that man. That man was a bad dude. I mean,
he was. He was.
But at least you get your money's worth. That's the whole thing with the WWE. You get your money's worth. You get a couple hours, no matter what.
Of course.
Rich, you just said you get your money's worth with WWE. Are you drunk right now?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, for the time that you get, you figure. I mean.
Oh, you are allowed to drink on this show. It's okay.
I was going to. I actually usually, whenever I do a podcast, I usually have a supply of beer or a rum and coke over here.
Oh,
and nice. I just realized it's really unprofessional for me to walk away during the show.
No,
my beer. I'm looking at where my beer is right now, and I'm thinking to myself, if I only get up and take 15 steps, I'll be back before anybody realizes I'm gone. But
I did a show drunk.
I'll take the whole thing with me.
when Pittsburgh was playing Kansas City, I was so loaded. I did an after thing, and I was rambling on, and I was like, yeah, it was not a good thing for me. But anyway, JC Day is rooting for Montez Ford. He wants him to be a single competitor. He wants him to be a heel. I do like Montez, but I pick in Austin.
Not
but
in
anyway,
this match. Not in this match.
Let's go to the Raw Women's Championship #1 contender elimination match.
Becky Lynch.
She's not even in. She's not even in.
I know.
I thought she was going to be in Monday, but I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, it wasn't. But we have Raquel Rodriguez versus Asuka versus Liv Morgan versus Nikki Cross versus Natalia, and fucking Carmella.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Whatever happened to the divas of the WWE? Remember they used to be hot and they were actually pretty good. Like whatever happened to Trish Stratus? I mean, that woman was an absolute
She's
beast.
still hot. She's still hot.
I mean, she was beating up grown men back in the day. I mean, like even Lita kind of had like that punk rock hot chick kind of vibe to her.
Chris says Asuka. But let me go with you, Larry. Who is your number one contender for this ladies match?
I'm taking Natalya.
Holy shit.
I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I mean, she deserves it.
Yeah,
she does.
I'd agree with that.
I mean, we all know that she's really not going to get it, but I mean, she deserves it. She deserves it. I mean,
she gets stepped on a lot.
She is fucking extremely hot.
Her sister's hotter.
Well, they're both hot.
Family Feud.
But she's the better wrestler besides Asuka in this match. So you got
Yeah.
Again, it's WWE.
Yeah, I know. So okay, let me go. Shane, who you pick?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I've watched a lot of Carmella lately and Liv Morgan.
Oh, okay. This is where it's going.
Yeah, that's where it went.
That's where it went.
That's where it went. But I think I agree. I think Asuka and Nat are the best wrestlers from what I've watched. So I could, but I don't know where they're going to go here. So it's just eeny, meeny, miny. Carmella. I don't want. I don't know.
Women's card's tough.
Are you taking
Asuka?
Asuka? Are you taking Asuka?
No, I don't think it's going to be her. I think it's either going to be Nikki Cross or Nat.
Good.
She's
Which
so Nat,
one?
I'm taking Nat. I'm taking Nat.
Holy crap! Are you guys smoking dope?
She's a good wrestler. I
know she is.
Passed the eye test, and she. I'm going based off of. I don't really know any storylines with the women. I did. I saw Carmella come in, and it's just I don't know what the hell's going on there. It's just.
Well, what I like about this match is they don't make anything obvious. Like, I mean, like they didn't put they didn't put Bailey in there or they didn't put Becky Lynch in there, because if those two are in there, it's like, okay, chances are this feud overpowers the rest. One of them wins. I kind of like how they did this one, to be honest. I mean, like
they're setting something up.
Yeah,
right?
Like, at least with the United States title, we can kind of go, I could see this going between these two guys. The women's, I have no idea.
There has to be. There's going to be a story here coming up. There has to be.
Rich. You're up,
great.
Rich.
Now I'm up. Wonderful.
Yeah. Well, you ended on a good one, so that's what I figured.
Yeah.
At this point, you got to be high to watch this match.
Yeah.
You're being the shitter again. You'll be sitting for an hour and a half.
Instead of buying one bottle of rum, I might have to have two for this one. Damn, I got to tell the fiance on Sunday morning that she has to take care of the kid on her own. I'm not going to be awake. I don't know, man. I see why everybody's taking that. I think they've been kind of building her up a little bit. But you know what? I don't see Asuka. You know what? I'm gonna take Liv Morgan for the hell of it. I'm gonna go with a wild card. Why not? You know what? Yeah. I have this weird thing for Liv Morgan. I like her. I think she's pretty awesome. I mean, she's fun to watch. I mean, she's not always the best wrestler in the world, but remember, she did give Rhea Ripley a little bit of a run for her money there at the end of the Rumble. I mean, they definitely made a big scene with her. So, and they've been hyping her up in the behind the scenes a lot too. So
and she did beat Ronda Rousey, but I have no clue how. Yeah.
Well, but still, I mean, I feel like they've been hyping her up a lot. I feel like whenever you see a wrestler
she's
like
been getting a
what
lot
she's been doing, with the Royal Rumble, they let her go to the final three, which I mean, they let her go there. I mean, they let her beat Ronda Rousey. They let her hang around with Rhea Ripley there at the end, who's we all know is going on for a shot at WrestleMania. So I think it'd be appropriate to have Liv Morgan have a real shot in this match. I'm gonna take Liv just for the hell.
Okay, I got you.
I refuse to take Natalya because everybody else is. So for now on, I'm taking the opposites.
Donnie.
I'm going to go with Asuka. I'd like to see
Asuka
go over, but I'm going to go with Asuka.
Okay, so let me ask you, Donnie, do you like Asuka's new approach now with her face paint and the way she's because the other night she was beating the shit out of everybody, if you saw that. Do you like her tenacity now? Does she remind you when she first came in from NXT or in NXT when she went to WWE?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a refresh there where she's coming in really hot and heavy and taking care of business. So I kind of like that.
Okay, I got you.
I actually have CBS open right now. I just opened it just now to see if any of my picks were popular. They're not. So CBS took a different route with all my picks. So.
I'm afraid for mine. But see, I don't know because they didn't have Baszler in there, and they didn't put fucking Lacey Evans in there, which pisses me off. I don't even know. I love Lacey.
Oh,
Evans.
Lacey,
They don't do anything with her, and she could be a good face with this Marine because she was an ex-Marine. They don't fight. I don't know
Former.
what,
They call him
No,
former.
it's a former.
It's
Yeah, you
Marine.
don't
Yeah,
know
it's
that.
former. Yeah, it's retired.
You have
sorry.
ex-wives, not ex-Marines.
oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
no such thing as X.
Don't kill me. Don't bomb my house.
No, it's okay. It's a thing. I'm
That's
just
how
trying
we
to
all
tell
hopped in right away. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you guys both served. Yes, you did.
I have a
So,
lot of
God-
I have a lot of
and
family
God,
that did it.
and God bless you for that, and thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you for
Okay.
your service, fellas. Appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey,
It's
Bob,
like
real
clips.
quick, the t-shirt.
Clips and magazines. That's something that irritates me. And when someone calls a
Yeah,
helicopter a
I
chopper,
like the shirt. The shirt,
A
Donnie. I
chopper.
like the shirt. That's a classic. There.
Look at my chopper.
That is a classic. I those two could have been added to this, and they could have took out Nikki Cross, which I don't even know why she's even in there, and Carmella just based because she's married to Corey Graves.
That's probably
Maybe.
why she's
I'm
in
not
there,
a
so he
big
can- so
I'm
he
not
can
a
sit
big
there and flaunt,
Carmella. Asuka, I do like Asuka. I liked her new face paint, and I always like the Japanese face paint. I like the mist. I've always liked that. Liv, I just can't get behind her. I know she's the underdog. I can't get behind her. She looks sloppy sometimes in the ring. I know she's a WWE superstar, and I know I can't hold a fucking candle to Liv Morgan. I can't even bend down and touch my toes now. But I just
Well, at least you're not
wanna
in
say-
the Yin Yang Twins video.
Yeah,
That's all that
and
matters.
Paul Baker says Lacey is a fucking beast, highly misused.
yeah,
And Chris said they left a lot of women stars out. Yes, they did. And I'm going to go with the biggest star, or the biggest female wrestler in this contendership match. I'm going with Raquel
I knew it.
Rodriguez too. Oh, thank you. It was a
Wow.
mind melt. Yes, I'm going with her because they need to push her. She was great in NXT.
Yeah.
This is the time that she can shine and be a number one contender for the title, because if she fights Bianca Belair, that could be a great match.
She won me over very easily when she came out with the Latino heat looking type pants. When she came out with the homage to Eddie, it's hard to ever go against somebody who pays homage to a true legend like that. So
And she's just so
I'm a
big.
fan.
She's
a beast.
Yeah,
That's
and
Braun
Paul.
Strowman's girl.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, Braun likes him big,
Well,
but
Braun's big, so I mean, somebody has to
yeah.
be able to somewhat stack up to the. Could you
So
imagine
Paul
with fucking Liv
says-
Morgan?
Yeah,
Probably throw her
Paul-
across the house.
Paul says Raquel needs to be a heel. I don't care if she's a heel or she's a face. It doesn't matter to me. I believe that she is going to win this number one contenders match and go and face Bianca Belair at Mania.
Just so
Okay.
you guys know, CBS took Asuka in that fight. Just so you know.
Oh, well, Donnie did. So Donnie right now
Yeah.
is a winner. Donnie,
Yeah.
you're a winner right now.
Then again, CBS Sports gets everything wrong, so don't
Yeah.
get too excited.
Okay, then this is the main event. This is the Montreal
Oh,
Screw
man.
Job 2 here. The undisputed WWE Universal Championship. The champion Roman Reigns, 900 days as champion. Unheard of in WWE storylines or anything. It's unheard of. Versus Sami Zayn. This is probably the greatest story long-term ever in WWE storylines. And probably, I can't remember. Hogan, Savage, Mega Powers. This story ranks just like that. It's a different time. It's a different place. But let me go with you, Larry. Who are you taking?
Well, I'm not a big Roman Reigns fan.
I'm not either.
Hate him.
However, you
I'm not either.
gotta go with the tribal chief. I mean,
You don't have to.
Well,
Larry, why do you keep telling people what they have to do, Larry?
Sorry, Rich. I mean, at this point, how can you not take Roman Reigns?
That's true. I mean, he's only been the champion for 901 days now. No big deal.
I mean, he faced Goldberg 15 times. He faced Lesnar 15 times. And they didn't beat him. And then you got Sami Zayn coming in. You think he's gonna fucking beat him? Come on.
It's one of the greatest underdog stories currently. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like Sammy.
You're right.
Yeah.
But
So
I mean,
you are
I think
taking-
that would go down as a legendary moment for
You
WWE.
are taking Roman Reigns, Larry,
as
and
much as that
Jason
kills
Reese.
me.
Your other boy, Jason, just come on. He said, acknowledge the tribal chief, Larry.
I'll pass.
Yeah.
I'd rather throw him through the table than sit at the table with him.
And,
So
and Paul Baker, I wish for Sammy, but it'll be Roman, he
Yeah.
says. Okay, Donnie, who you taking?
okay, this is going to be an interesting match. I think they're going to tease Sammy going over. They're going to pull a referee out, and he's going to have like a 1, 2, 3 count with no referee. But I think Roman's going to go over. I think it's all going to break down when Owen shows up and Cody gets involved. Boom.
Ooh, yeah,
okay.
you said the magical word, Cody Rhodes. So you're taking Roman.
Oh,
Ooh, Okay.
Donnie, you must be writing this shit, because I'll tell you what, that's probably how that's gonna go.
He's been wording everything extremely well. It's like the opposite of what I've been wording it as, but like both the scenarios, I'm like, yeah, like they could both. I can see how they would both be written, though. You know, it's like, you know, it makes sense. It definitely does.
Yeah.
Okay, Shane, what about you?
What I'm going to see are two different things.
That's
Okay.
always
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you
I want to
both.
see Sammy.
Tell me what
I
you
want Sammy.
Okay,
I want
is that what
Sammy.
you want? That's
I
what
want
I'm gonna put
Sammy to
down.
win.
Okay, I'm putting it down.
I want him to win. But
okay, why?
Okay, but Roman's going to win. 900 days of the same champ. It's like the freaking Bulls in the 90s. I stopped watching NBA basketball because they were just so dominant, you know? It's not fun,
Connecticut
you
women's
know?
basketball team who went
Okay,
undefeated
so-
for
Yeah, it's
11
like
years.
UConn in the 90s, you know?
Okay,
It's just
Shane,
like,
so
oh, okay.
who do you want to take that you want me to write
Sammy.
down?
I'm going to take Sammy,
Zayn.
damn it.
Okay, God damn it, there we go.
Well, at least you got
Sammy.
one loss to walk away with, Shane. That's all that matters.
Yeah, yeah.
Just kidding.
Okay,
I
go ahead, Rich.
you know what? You know what? I think it's gonna be Roman, but you know I'm gonna take a loss here with my buddy. He's been hyping me up, so I appreciate him. I'm gonna go with Sammy just because fucking Shane went with Sammy, and I
Okay.
respect the ballsiness of the pick of Sammy. So fuck Roman Reigns, fuck that table. Let's go Sammy.
Okay.
But I agree, it's probably gonna be Roman Reigns.
God damn, you guys are killing me. Now, I got some feedback on social media. Chris says that match he'd lose, but I think Cody dethrones him. Jason says Jay turns on Sammy, setting up the tag team match at WrestleMania.
That makes sense.
That'd be good.
Okay, Dave Kimball, thanks for tuning in.
I just don't see them. I just don't see them letting Roman lose until at least a WrestleMania. I feel like the only way you can have him lose a match for the first time in a long time is WrestleMania. If you're gonna have him lose at all,
Right.
It won't be clean, but he's going over.
exactly.
It won't be clean, but he's going over.
I saw some people talking maybe a triple threat match for the championship at WrestleMania, which would be really fucking interesting. I mean, maybe a Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and a who knows? Maybe KO gets in there. I mean, who knows? They've been hyping him up every year. He fought Stone Cold last year, which was a great match, I thought. I mean, thank God Stone Cold whooped the shit out of him because that's what should have happened. But
Yeah.
great
Just
to see
real
him
quick,
back.
I think Sammy actually deserves it. I mean, you look at his work and recently how he elevated his work. But for God's sakes, throw him a bone. He had to drop to Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Why?
That was great. That was a great that was very entertaining.
I didn't like that match at all.
It was
With
he was
the fucking,
entertaining.
with the fucking hand that was on the fucking solid. Come on, bro.
It was it was entertaining.
I looked at my buddy who was always like, "Well, it's not that scripted." I watched that match. And I turned to him. I'm like, "So, do you think WWE's real now, asshole?" You know, giant fucking hands just coming out of fucking nowhere, smacking people. Yeah, this is so realistic.
That is funny.
So I got
So
some
real.
stuff,
It was fun to watch, though.
Paul says, I'm the only one who's really digging a new direction of Asuka. Sorry, SmackDown was in mine, so sorry about the randomness. Chris says, Roman beats Sammy, loses to Cody. Jason Reese from Extreme Podcast says, do you see Sammy in the underdog role storyline like Daniel Bryant was a few years ago? And Chris says, the Jackass match was awesome. I thought it was funny. Now, I'm going to pick
I don't know about awesome, but it was funny.
Well, it was funny. And I'm gonna
It
pick
took Sammy to do that.
Yeah. And Sammy worked his ass off to get where he's at. And like I said, this storyline is, and he's in his hometown of Montreal. If he doesn't win, they'll fucking riot up there. Those fucking Canadians will fucking just go ballistic. It's going to be nuclear heat if he does not win.
They'll be doing what they say in Philly, grease the poles. That's what we say in Philly all the time.
Viva la Sammy.
Yeah. So I'm not even hesitating. I think Sammy is by far the most entertaining storyline since I was a kid with Hogan and Savage.
Wow.
That was the long-term storyline. This is a storyline that has been intriguing on Raw and SmackDown.
One of the only ones.
And Sammy, the only one, and I'm going with Sammy to upset. I hate fucking Roman Reigns, and the reason why I fucking hate Roman Reigns is because the other half in the living room loves Roman Reigns,
I fucking hate him.
I
fucking hate him.
I look, I appreciate him fighting from his leukemia. That is. I don't
leave cancer out of this. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. Doesn't matter if you have cancer or not. I can feel bad for you as a person, but you can still go fuck yourself because you're an asshole. You know, it don't matter.
I don't like to be forced to like somebody in the pro wrestling.
Yeah,
that's
don't
why
go telling me. Don't go telling me you lost a kid or some shit because you want me to like you all of a sudden.
Roman shoved down your throat.
I don't like that.
He's just.
I never liked Cena. I know the reason why I like Cena now because he was in the Peacemaker. So I'm going with Sammy.
You're an easy man to please.
No, not really. I have issues too.
Yeah,
I'm going with Sammy to break the tie.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm
Team
going with
Sammy.
Sammy. I'm Team Sammy all the way. I hope he upsets Roman because that'll be the biggest storyline going into WrestleMania.
I don't know how your computer setup is, but it shows that it shows you, Bubba, you, Shane, and me on top. So it looks like top versus bottom here. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Donnie and Larry know the wrestling, so I mean, I'm not going to
I just don't
second
have
guess
to like
myself.
them. I'm just kidding.
Me and Donnie's definitely the smart ones.
I'm like a drunk chick doing a parlay, like, oh, I like their uniforms. That looks sassy,
Chris says Montreal screw job all over again. Jason says screw job 2.0. So those are our picks, and I will next Friday I will let us know who won, who did really good, and definitely because these picks and you guys all doing this, we'll have a couple more people on, and definitely for WrestleMania, I think this is and if you guys could do it, we could do this for WWE picks the rest of the time because you know what I mean. I know scheduling with all you guys is whatever, but yeah, I mean, I think this is
well,
a kick-ass,
you already know. Shoot me a Facebook message. Let me know when a fucking email's coming, and I'll be out looking for it. So I'll be here.
Okay.
If Bubba gets 1,000 subscribers, I will dress up like Ahsoka. I'll put the makeup on.
Oscar.
Yeah. I'll put the makeup on and I'll
the Japanese hooker from Taiwan, brother.
You just I'm pretty sure you just whitewashed her.
If you get 1,500, I'm going to dress up like Nikki Cross.
I was getting ready to Google what that was. I don't remember what the hell it was.
You get 10,000. I'll come out. I don't know. I'll probably come out here like Liv Morgan or some shit.
We get 2,000 subscribers. I'll dress up like Mimi from the Drew Carey show because I did that on Halloween.
I'll dress up as Hornswoggle. How about that? I'll come out here.
Well, we got 716. Thanks to Shane pulling some people. Usually you have a bunch of kids.
You got more. Well, they're at the basketball game tonight.
They can watch it later.
Yeah.
They can
are you the one that posted that picture of the kids watching on TV? Was that you?
Yeah, they come over. Come over, and there's like a bunch of 15, 16-year-old kids playing pool and watching Bubba. And I didn't even prompt them to because I was going to pick up my kid listening to Bubba, my other one.
That's awesome.
So there's always kids here, and they love that show. I mean,
I appreciate everybody.
Hell, Bella chimed in on Wednesday, and to your Wednesday show, which was kind of neat. So
yeah, I appreciate anybody that tunes in. Well, I don't know who Cherry Panda is. Probably one of the kids.
There we go.
Yeah, thanks, kids. Cherry Panda.
Thanks, kids.
Cherry Panda. Yeah, and I do appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I appreciate the my personal Facebook page when everybody jumps on and asking questions and stuff. And I do appreciate you guys tonight. I think this WWE pick and pay-per-view stuff is good. It's entertaining, and you guys, the four of you guys are good, and I hope my picks fucking go. And we'll have to do
go
this.
to hell because you didn't pick anybody I picked. Fuck you, bro.
We need a stipulation like for a whole year, starting now, and we do it for a whole year. See who
after WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, we start now, or
that's fine. So you go now until next WrestleMania.
Yeah, we start now till next WrestleMania. Who's got it? Whoever wins will get maybe I can get a belt made or something. You know what I mean? Like the picking the champions. I'll just.
We're wasting our time because Donnie's in the writing room. He's like Johnny Carson. He's the Kreskin. He just sits there.
Donnie's sitting there right now.
Takes the card.
Donnie's sitting there right now. Who did everybody pick that I didn't pick?
Yeah. Well, I got it written down. I have to have a notebook.
Change the whole fucking story arc because these assholes figured it out. Let me erase this real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, anyway. Bubba, whatever you do, don't get a belt that it says one size fits most.
Maybe I'll get 2 rubber bands and a fucking pie plate because being an independent wrestling promoter, I couldn't afford anything.
They make spray paint for you. You can decorate it however you want.
Yeah, well, I'll spray paint it. I'll be like the NWO or something. Yeah,
if you're gonna make it like black and gold or some shit.
Oh yeah. That's what we'll do. Whoever wins next, we'll go to the Rumble after next year's Rumble.
Yeah.
And whoever wins gets the most picks. I'll go get a belt for the championship. You are the champion of the Triple
There
B
we
Experience
go.
Wrestling picks. Now, people, we only got a couple more guys coming on. I can't pick everybody, but these are the main forte because they started it. And I believe, Mania, your tag team partner and a good friend of ours and a good friend of yours, Donnie, Chris, has already asked me if he could come on. And like I said, my good buddy Todd. So, and I might try to I can only get 10 people. I think I'm pretty close. So we shall see. But let's get to we're done with wrestling. Let's going to go right in here and let's go to some quick pop culture. Did you guys like the Super Bowl commercials?
Some of them.
Okay. Well, let's go round robin again. What was your favorite Super Bowl commercial, Larry?
So the Tubi commercial, only because, now listen.
I'm listening.
So you know how our streaming works.
Uh-huh.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how can you do this during the Super Bowl? And I switched it to the other Fox channel, and it was the same thing. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. I'm going nuts. I was throwing fucking Doritos everywhere. I'm like, how am I going to miss the Super Bowl? And then here it was the damn commercial.
That's
It
funny.
got me.
I don't want to talk about the Super Bowl at all. Do we have to?
No, we're talking commercials because I know it was, yeah.
The
So,
word
Go
Super
get your
Bowl.
beer. Hey, Rich, go walk over, get
There we go.
some
Yeah.
drink, and we'll
We're going on a world tour here. I got you. Go ahead.
But I also like the Jeep commercial too. That's my second pick.
okay.
The Jeep?
Yeah, the Jeep, the
electric
Yes.
stuff, right, brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Donnie, what about you, buddy?
I had a tournament that day. I came home and took a nap because I had to go to work.
Oh,
Lucky.
So
that was
I
probably you.
missed most
probably
of the
good.
Super Bowl.
well, that's probably good. You probably didn't see that great halftime show, so you're good.
I wouldn't watch that. I didn't want to watch
don't get
that.
Bubba started on that damn half.
Please don't. He's gonna
Hey,
start
I'm
getting
sorry.
hate. Like, the comments are gonna be all flooded with
Yeah.
Bubba being an asshole.
Yeah.
I boycott
No,
half
come
the-
on.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the standard is Prince 2007. I mean,
agree. I
he
like-
was
yeah.
fantastic.
I like
That's like the bar. Okay.
Michael Jackson's
There's
was pretty good too.
Yeah, there's some that were a little above, maybe some that are a little below, but that's the bar. That's like,
Listen,
Yes.
the reality is only one Super Bowl gave us nudity though too. I'm not a big
I
Justin
missed it.
Timberlake,
The nip
Jackson
slip.
fan, but we
I
got a
missed
little
yeah,
boob.
Janet Jackson and,
Yeah, a
and
little
Justin
boob action in the
Timberlake.
Super
I
Bowl.
was
yeah.
working at the Rose Inn and I was getting a drink and I turned my head and I never seen it
You
because
didn't
I
miss
was
much.
serving drinks. It was if
If you want an awesome halftime, you get AC/DC and you open up
Oh,
with Thunderstruck. and
yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
That's
I'm
right.
in.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's good. So, okay, Donnie, you were coaching and you didn't see any.
No, I didn't see any commercials. Sorry
and,
about
and,
that.
and Rich
You
doesn't
didn't
want to
miss
talk
nothing.
about anything.
So I will say my favorite commercial was the same
Okay.
one, was the Tubi commercial. I was at a bar
Okay.
watching the game, and it was funny because the bartender, of course, we don't see what she's doing because she's working. She's the one that's in charge of the TVs and all that shit. And we're packed in there like a sardine can. And I'm blasted already at this point because I was getting blasted before
Sure.
the game started. I was like, listen, if we're gonna lose, I want to remember as little of it as possible tomorrow. So if we win, I'll just watch the highlights. So I remember sitting there, we're all sitting there talking, we're all bullshitting, waiting for the game to come back on. And all of a sudden, the channel starts changing. Now, granted, the backstory is the bartender's also a Cowboys fan, not an
Oh.
Eagles fan, and we're rivals, so she always fucks with us all the time. So we're like,
Oh,
"All right, listen, the joke's going too far. This is the fucking Super Bowl. You can't change the channel, no matter how much you hate us. This is the wrong time to play this game." And then it turned out that everybody started screaming at her. People left, like people were calling her name. It got crazy, dude. People started snapping at her.
Well, you don't want to do nothing in Philly, man. It gets bad.
And all that just for it to come out to be that it wasn't even her fucking fault, and people were apologizing. I'm like, and she's like, "You're out, you're out, you're out." Like I can't. I think 9 people got flagged by the time that commercial was over. I mean, it was bad.
That's funny.
It was pretty fucking severe. So for me, that was my favorite commercial because I got to sit back and just watch the show. I mean, it was.
Oh man.
I think that was my favorite part about the whole fucking Super Bowl. I think was just watching everybody get tossed out like a bunch of fucking punks because they were just snapping out. But that was the best commercial. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, I did
Okay.
watch some of the others, but I don't remember them for
Okay,
certain reasons.
Reasons. I understand. Shane, what about you?
I don't know
buddy?
why I wouldn't remember. Just
Yeah. What about you, Shane?
They weren't very memorable. There was one that stood out, and then I did watch like the highlight of the best Super Bowl commercials from 2023. The Jen and Ben one was kind of funny because the Dunkin' Donuts, seeing people react, and I'm a huge Dunkin' Donuts fan, but I'll tell you what, my favorite was the Uber one. They have all the one-hit wonders playing their songs.
Okay.
What Does the Fox Say, and all those stupid songs. And I think the song they picked was, some 90s like dance thing, I like that. I thought that was fantastic. So.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really. See, mine was the Breaking Bad Doritos commercial.
Oh, that was good.
Because I like Breaking Bad.
I did see that one.
I think the Doritos commercials win every time. The Dorito commercials work every time.
Yeah. It just those guys, those two, Jesse, Walter White. It was phenomenal. It was like 2 minutes of ecstasy as they were making chips, and I was cool with that. And then that's pretty much it. And the one where I saw the Undertaker briefly. Other than that, that's about it.
My favorite commercial of all time during the Super Bowl was actually a Doritos commercial. It was the one where the husband's eating the bag of chips in the fucking delivery room when she's pregnant, she's trying to give birth or whatever, and the baby comes shooting the hell out. That was a great fucking commercial. Because nobody saw it. It was a great commercial. I don't know if you ever saw it, but you got to look it up. It was hilarious.
I think I did.
I've seen it.
Baby pushes off the room to shoot out. He's holding the Dorito down by where her area is. I'm not sure how rated R I'm going to get on here, so I don't want to go that far. But the baby comes shooting itself out. Yeah, it was pretty good. Doritos commercials are always A grade, man. I feel like they're always the best.
Now,
so Bubba finally gets blacklisted from Facebook because you're talking about vaginal delivery on the Triple B experience.
You used the V word in which I avoided to use.
If they're listening, it's an hour and 20. If they're listening now, God bless them.
And at least we'll get the extra views on Facebook.
Right. We'll get the views.
I think I made Donnie blush.
Controversy.
No, it's just funny.
It's like, don't blush.
besides the commercials, I'm gonna ask your guys' opinion on some movie trailers because it's a little pop culture here before we end it. I did like the Flash trailer. I like Michael Keaton as Batman, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now, Shane, what'd you think about that one?
Mic drop. I got goosebumps. I love Michael Keaton.
Okay.
What planet are you on that you don't like Michael Keaton, other than a planet that you don't watch Goonies?
Oh, you don't like Michael Keaton, Rich?
Not a huge. I mean, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I don't think he's the worst, but I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I think he's the better of the Batmans. I mean, if I'm going that route, I mean, Bale's pretty good, but I think Keaton's better. Okay. But
did you like the trailer though?
It was okay. I mean, I'm not a big Batman guy. I'm not a big DC. So I do like DC to an extent. I like the villains of DC, actually, ironically. I think the DC villains are better, in my opinion. But I like Marvel. I like their landscape.
Yeah, I'm a Marvel guy, too.
I watch DC if it pops on. Like, I've watched a lot of it. I watched the awful movie of Justice League, which was absolutely terrible, in my opinion. But I watched it. Batman vs. Superman was not my ideal fit. Wasn't a big fan of the... More talking than action in that movie, I felt like, so it kind of threw me off a little bit.
They moshed too much stuff together in that movie.
Yeah, they just tried too much. And my thing is, what I was telling my buddy was, it almost felt like desperation, right? Because like Marvel had this whole long plan drawn out, and it felt like DC realized that and just shoved everybody into one fucking movie. Like, we're not gonna introduce them individually. Like, I think Flash isn't coming out until now, and Batman vs. Superman came out 4 or 5 years ago. It's like took you this goddamn long to get it together. Come on.
Well, that's because he was in jail because he always gets arrested for real. So that Miller guy gets arrested more than all of us.
I don't mean to bash. I mean, like I grew up loving. I grew up loving Batman, but for me, Batman's always been forced down your throat. Spider-Man on Marvel's always shoved down your throat, and I don't know. I kind of like the other.
I'm waiting for a good Hulk movie.
I'm a big Hulk. That's my favorite. My favorite is the Hulk. That's my favorite. It's my favorite. Him and Wolverine are my favorite superheroes. Which is why my favorite comic book of all time is actually Wolverine's first appearance against the Hulk. Actually,
I have it.
It's really expensive, by the way. I can't. I wouldn't even touch it if I were you. I wouldn't have the balls to touch it.
Yeah,
the value
it's on my wall. It's on my wall right over here.
I wanted to get a copy until I saw the pricing on it, and I was like, well, I guess I'm never going to have a copy. I'll just look at it online.
Yeah.
And Rich and Stryker don't know that I was a closeted nerd. I just came out of the closet a couple years ago. I was
5 years ago for me.
I came out to everyone that I'm a sweaty nerd and I like this comic book shit, right?
I can tell.
I'm out now.
I'm out as a kid.
I'm out and all about.
So that was the thing for me was I did it backwards. I didn't like it as a kid very much. It wasn't until I got older that I actually started.
I've been a comic book fan all my life. I like Marvel more.
I freaking love it.
I do like DC movies and stuff like that. I
like DC villains.
I did like the trailer. And Larry, did you like the trailer, or are you not into?
I am not into those kind of movies.
That's okay,
actually,
Larry.
I missed it. I think I was picking up Doritos at that time when that came on.
Commercial got you, didn't it? It got you.
Doritos and Afterbirth.
Okay,
you're picking it all up.
So when Shane just said about him coming out of the closet and he started laughing, I just realized he looks like Travis Kelce.
I was going to say he's a Kelsey brother. I was going to say he was the third Kelsey brother.
Yeah,
but I
that's
didn't.
what my kid told me. Yeah.
He'd be the fourth Kelsey brother.
Did you
That's
see
right.
the skit where it's the third Kelsey brother? Did you see that skit on the Super Bowl?
Yep.
I guess I'm
we got
him.
the fourth. We got the fourth.
That's me.
We got the smartest guy. We got the smartest guy in Philly. We got the fourth Kelsey brother. We got a guy who never watched The Sound of Music, and then we got
Or
a
the
guy
Goonies. Or the Goonies.
And we got a guy that can choke people the fuck out anytime, any place, anyway.
That's him.
So,
Wait a
yeah,
minute. That went from very vanilla to very aggressive down the line. Did you notice that? Did anybody notice that kind of picked up as we went?
But Donnie's actually the nicest one out of all. He's so nice.
Yeah,
That's probably
he
fucking
is.
true. I'm a
But,
Philadelphian, so I'm definitely not
yeah.
the nicest of the group. But yeah.
So okay, Donnie,
I'm
did
just
you like the Flash trailer? I know you like the Hulk, but do you have a inclination of DC movies?
Yeah, I do. Keaton as Batman in that movie works for me. I do not care for the actor playing Flash. So
neither.
I just
Ezra
need to
kid,
see
is
the
that
end
who's doing it?
product.
Is it the
Okay.
Ezra kid still?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan at all. I don't think he
He's
plays
hot
the role
garbage.
well. So wait, what's Flash? Is he supposed to be like the actual like? I know there's like a million different Flashes if you
He's
go
supposed to
to
be the Flash, and it's supposed to be Flashpoint, where everything gets all discombobulated and
Well, I hope they
new and-
miscombobulate him and lose him.
Yeah,
off the set,
well,
'cause this
James
guy's
Gunn
awful.
probably likes him and probably won't get rid of him because James Gunn's running the whole DC universe now after Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But I did like Keaton, and also Ben Affleck is also in that movie.
God.
So there's going to be a whole bunch of people. And General Zod comes back, so it's all parallel universes because it's the Infinity Crisis or Flashpoint or whatever story because everything gets rebooted in DC and in Marvel. So
Yeah.
I mean, I was okay.
Didn't this movie get done a while ago? It was in a can. It was done, but that guy had so much crap happening and he went batshit crazy and ended up,
initial,
you know.
Yeah, I think the initial release date was like 21 or 2020.
Yeah, it's been all. Yeah, they've had it.
Because
They wanted people to forget about that and then finally bring it out. So
Yeah. Please forget that this guy who plays this role is a criminal, so you can actually enjoy the movie and not blackball it. Thank you.
Yeah.
yeah.
So the other one was Indiana Jones and the Dial of
Oh,
Destiny. I do like the first Indiana Jones, and I like the one where him and
all
Sean
of them.
Connery. But I am not. The last one was terrible, and I don't know if this is dog shit because
Shame.
they can de-age him now, Harrison Ford, and I'm not going to go see it. I'll watch it on Disney Plus. So, what's your take on that trailer?
I didn't see it, so I didn't see it yet.
Okay,
I
Donnie.
did
See, yeah, it's not really. It's you hear the music, dun, 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 you know, and he's on a horseback, and it's just I'm not a real big fan. So I do like Indiana Jones, but I think they should have did it 25 years ago.
So
Okay.
Doomcock DVD is he's a huge YouTube guy, and he broke about almost a year ago that it was going to be a woke mess, and they've went back and done rewrite after rewrite because so many people have just been bashing it.
Okay.
And it was supposed to have that female character be basically replace India. He's supposed to die, and then she goes back in time and just basically picks up his whip and moves forward. And it got so bad that they went and they what they do is they take multiple shots and they do multiple endings and they kind of try to piece it in. So they already had those different endings and stuff written, but they actually did reshoots because it was just going to be a disaster. And it is one of the most expensive Lucasfilms, or not Lucasfilms, but one of the most expensive films that they've done in recent years just because of the reshoots.
Oh,
so
terrible.
yeah, I'll see it. And I wasn't going to see it before,
I'll
but
watch
now
it when it's free and it comes out on a streaming service.
yeah, when it goes on a streaming service, I'll see it. Yeah, I'll see
That's
that.
what I
Yeah,
always
but
do
that,
these days.
yeah.
What about you, Larry?
Again, I've never seen a.
Oh my God!
I've
You've
never
never seen Indiana Jones?
So wait.
No.
I need to ask a question. So Bubba,
Larry, you have
That's
homework.
fine.
You got to see the Goonies. You got to see Indiana
Wait,
Jones.
when I came
Yeah.
on this show, the
Uh-huh.
prompt before the show said pop culture, right? So I get why he's here for wrestling, but what the hell is this guy doing here for pop culture? And Larry, you are fucking great, by the way. You're funny as hell. I'm just saying this out of love. Somebody needs to address the elephant in the fucking room. room. What have you? All right, I think the list would be a lot faster if we say, "Hey, Larry, what movies have you seen and when did you watch them?"
Well, I'm just here for the looks.
I'm just here for the looks.
You're here for the grades.
We're kidding for the first.
Larry, we should do a reaction video of you watching The Sound of Music, watching Goonies, and watching it like a reaction video. You sitting there watching it, and what your face
him
does.
drooling,
Oh my
sleeping
God,
probably.
is that funny?
Likely.
Yeah.
So
I feel like, yeah. That's
Donnie,
I'm sorry. I meant that with all the love in the world, by the way.
Okay. Donnie, you like are you okay? Are you okay with Indiana Jones? Will you go see this movie?
I probably won't go see it. I'll wait for it to come out, but it looks interesting.
Okay.
I just don't like the de-aging of it. That's the only thing that I have.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I don't like when they fuck with people's like faces and all that, trying to make them look young. Listen, Harrison Ford's old. Let him be old. I mean, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. Yeah. So the last one here is the last one I put down. Hopefully it's the last fucking goddamn Fast and Furious fucking movie ever. I'm not a fan. I don't like Vin Diesel. I never did. The Rock should kick his ass for real. And Rock's not even in this movie. Jason Statham's in it. Jason Momoa. But I don't got nothing because I didn't see John Cena's in this. Like it's my other half loves Fast and Furious. I'm not a big fan. So I'm going to be like Larry and say, fuck it. So, Donnie, do you like the Fast and Furious? You gonna go see it?
Yeah, I do. It depends on my mood, really. But I do like the franchise and some of the movies. And, you know, when they brought in Jason Statham and The Rock, that helped out.
I like Hobbs.
The originals.
The
originals were the best. Like that first one set the tone for everything.
What about you, Rich?
So I've had this opinion for a while where I used to love the movie. And it was once upon a time one of my favorite franchises. I do like Vin Diesel. I did love Paul Walker. Thought he was a great actor. Did a hell of a job. What I thought, and my buddies love all of them. They love the new ones too. So my buddies give me shit all the time. I thought it should have ended after Fast 7, the one where Paul Walker, when he passed away during shooting, his brother. So when you see him and Dom go down the highway and it goes off into the sunset where they split the road off, that should have been the end. If you want to do a spin-off and you want to do something different, well, you can call it Fast and the Furious and have like your Hobbs and Shaw or whatever you want to do. That's fine. But that should have been the end of the major franchise between that, because that was the best way to end it. I mean, I felt that was the respect that whole cast.
They were making money. They don't care.
Exactly. That's all it was about. I mean, I think like the next day they had 4 more scheduled. So Paul Walker was a sad passing for about 10 minutes before they went back to the writing room for the next 4 movies. I mean, I'll watch it. I mean, I'm sure
on streaming. On streaming?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you though. I'm a cheapskate. I make decent money now, but I'm still as cheap as I was when I didn't. So like my mindset now is like, unless it's really fucking enticing, where I really am worried about spoilers coming out, I'm not going to go see it in theater. So like Endgame, I went and saw. You know, it's the big ones that people are going to be talking about nonstop. I'll go. You're
like the Mick Foley of movies. You save your dollar.
Yeah, but my thing is though, if I know that nobody's going to talk about it, or if I don't care if there's a spoiler or two, I'm like, whatever, I'll just wait. But these days, you do have to watch it quick if you don't want somebody to ruin it for you. Because next thing you know, half your Facebook feed is pictures and videos and people's feedback. So if I really want to see it that badly, I'll probably watch the trailers when it gets closer. But we'll see. Okay. I'm not going to kill myself.
Larry, I'm afraid to ask you this, but
oh God.
Yeah, I'm afraid now.
I haven't seen one since Tokyo Drift or something.
Yeah, what'd you think of the trailer? Did you even watch the Fast and Furious, or you know what the Fast and Furious is, Larry?
Yeah, what the fuck is Fast and Furious?
Oh my God.
I'm teasing. I love Fast and Furious.
Holy
shit!
I love
it. We found one. We found one.
Man, that's funny.
I will go to the theater. I will go to the theater to see this.
Okay, 1 out of 20, Larry. Wow.
Yeah, I'm a big Fast and Furious guy. I mean,
of all the ones for him to rave about.
I mean, from Paul Walker to Vin Diesel, all the cars. I mean, Christ, them cars. I mean, can't fit in half of them, but you still gotta like them.
70 Charger's still the best. By
I can't either.
Dom's black 70 Charger's still the best.
That was a good one.
Shit. Shane, what about you?
Well, I'll tell you what. It's a guilty pleasure, and I'll go. We live close to a drive-in theater, and for $6, we could put Larry in the bed of a vehicle, and we could just have a good time. They have dollar hot dogs after a mission.
Oh, Larry, you're in, brother.
No, you better bring a $50 bill.
Reinforce the axle. I'm just kidding.
But Rich, you're a dick. I found out Paul Walker died, and then you ruined it. I from 7 on, all the rest of the Fast and Furious are ruined. No, I'm just joking. It's.
I mean, if you didn't know Paul Walker died, that's your fucking fault. I mean, the guy's been dead for like 5 to 6 years.
But no, it's a guilty pleasure.
So I don't know.
His daughter's like graduating high school and shit now. So
Yeah.
Well, listen to this. My buddy has a little boy, and I took him to see the first one. I was visiting him in Michigan. He now has a kid, and they're going to have their second.
Wow. Has it been that fucking long? Has it been that long?
Gray in the beard, man. I can't believe that crap, man. That's how long that movie's been out. So you're going to see Vin Diesel with the turbocharged Walker coming out there, lining up at the old age home, getting ready. Some grandma with these big granny panties waving them back and forth as they light them up going down the hall for their Jello.
Oh my gosh! So let me get it back on track here. Do you guys, any of you guys, by a show of hands?
Oh, that was a track. My bad.
Yeah, well, it was been derailed since the first 2 minutes of the show. It's okay. Now I just started recently watching. I've got 2 seasons of Ted Lasso in. The season 3's coming. Now, by show of hands, who watches Ted Lasso? I can't see your hand, Shane. I watch it.
So nobody's right there.
So
You go, Shane.
So me and Shane, you never seen it, Rich? Donnie, you ever seen it?
No.
Oh, it's fire.
Larry,
It's fantastic.
Is it worth
Donnie,
watching?
you would love it. You would love it, Don.
It's about a football coach who goes over England and becomes a soccer coach and has a lot of some anxiety and stuff. It's Jason was it Sudeikis, the guy who was on We Are the Millers, and
great movie.
Season 3. They're only doing 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And it's on Apple TV. So if you guys ever have Apple,
I don't have Apple TV,
okay,
so
and you can try to like stream it. Or you can get a hold of Larry, and he could get you some kind of.
I get it just for that show, and then I
I'll
cancel
tell you
it.
what. I'll ship you a copy of Sound and Music if you let me watch this show. We'll trade.
It's good. It's really good. It's really good.
But also, it's going to be competing against The Mandalorian because The Mandalorian is also coming out.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I am too. Season 3 of Ted Lasso is coming out March 15th. The Mandalorian is coming out March 1st. So they'll be competing, and The Mandalorian is going to be blowing the.
I'm about to say it's not going to be competing.
Yeah.
It's not competing.
No.
You call it competing, but it's more or less the other one's going to be surviving while the other one's thriving.
Okay,
one's thriving, one's surviving. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. So let me ask you. My last question of the day, because it is the weekend of Antman and Wasp and Quantumania.
Yeah.
The Rotten Tomatoes score is 52. I'm not into critic scores. The first Ant-Man had 83. The second Ant-Man had 87. Any of you guys going to go see it this weekend?
No.
Probably not.
Nope.
Okay.
I'll watch it when Disney Plus releases it way too soon.
I think I'm probably going to go see it because I've been working a lot. I'm going to go see it because I always have to go see Marvel premieres that weekend because, like you said, Rich, somebody will fucking ruin it for me.
They always do.
So that's why
especially Marvel. Especially Marvel.
Yeah.
So I went to the end game with my buddy, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, whatever you do until we're actually sitting in the theater waiting for the movie to start. I'm like, whatever you do, stay off of Facebook because we're already here. Somebody's going to spoil it. He goes on Facebook, literally scrolls down a half a swipe, and right then and there, it tells him exactly what happens to Tony Stark. And I was like, and I didn't know. I was like, whatever. He's like, I have to tell you now. I'm like, no, the fuck you don't, you selfish asshole. You're gonna know. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer for the next 2.5 hours and keep your mouth fucking shut. And I'm gonna fuck it up for myself. And all I keep hearing from him is, oh, here we go. And I'm like, don't you fucking dare. I warned you, do not touch Facebook while we're here because you're gonna ruin it. And he tried to spoil it for me, and I thought I was gonna put him across the fucking room. He's a small little 5'3" ginger kid. So.
Jeez.
I
gotta watch it before I'm off Monday. It's the first day I've been off in weeks, so I think I'm gonna go. I'll take the other half out. But I just want to say, Nico, Kenny Pittsburgh, Pickett, let's go. Dan Keith, thanks for tuning in, and Chris says hi to you, Donnie, just to put it out there.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, my birthday's next Saturday.
Chris.
I'm saving.
Happy
the
birthday!
Money.
Happy birthday!
Or Sunday? Is it Saturday? Oh, 26th. Is that a Saturday or a Sunday? I don't know.
Sunday. It's Sunday because mine's the day before.
But happy early.
Happy birthday to you too, then, Donnie.
Oh, thank you.
On the next day.
Oh,
My birthday's next week.
Your birthday's next week. Yours is what? Donnie, yours is when?
Same day as Ric Flair's, the 25th.
Woo!
The 26th. And when are you, Shane?
20th.
Oh, look at that. So you're Monday.
Happy birthday to all
Happy
you guys.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to all
Wish I had
three
a
of us. Look
cake.
at that. What are the
Wish I
fucking
had a cake.
odds that he
Me
picks
and
three
you,
random
Larry,
people?
we're out in left
I'm
field.
the 28th.
What are the
Real?
fucking
Oh my
odds?
God!
I'm
All you
kidding.
guys are.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Oh, you fucker, you.
What are the odds that Bubba picks three random fucking people and it's all the
Yeah.
same week?
Well,
Then
it's
again, what's
random.
the odds that you bring somebody on for pop culture who hasn't seen any pop culture in films? I mean, who knows?
Hey, this is a show that.
I'm just here to be a comedian. I don't know. I
No,
try.
no.
Well, yeah, I'll be here next week. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
This is the first time Larry brings me on his show a couple times, and this is the first time that I brought him on. And Larry, oh God bless you.
Larry just crossed me off the fucking list. I'm blackballed from that show. He's like, fuck this guy, never again.
Oh, don't worry about it. We only get 5 viewers anyway.
Oh,
so
well, I only get 6, so.
Well, I don't want to be one. I don't want the 2 assholes to become 3 assholes. So I'll just keep myself out of it.
But yeah, I just want to say, Shane, you got anything to plug before we get out of here, Shane?
No, you've added 2 more subscribers since
God
the
bless
beginning of the
America.
show. So
God bless
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to plug. I just want to thank you guys for letting me come on here, and I am eagerly searching for some interviews for Bubba, and Bubba and me spoke about a couple of them. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Interesting. I love Bubba's interviews, and that I had a great time. Rich, lots of love. Larry, lots of love. Donnie, you too. And
Thank you.
we'll see you next week,
blast.
hopefully.
Been a blast, man. Been a blast.
What about you, Rich? Got any plugs before you get out of here?
I don't plug shit. I told you, I'm as Shane said earlier. I think he called me a YouTube whore or something, which is funny because I don't know if a lot of my shit hits YouTube. I think I kind of join a lot of smaller podcasts. I'm like an indie whore, I guess.
That's okay. You're great. You're a great addition.
Popular enough to be the mainstream whore yet, so I'm kind of working my way up the ladder, So I mean, you got to start in the inner city before you get to Beverly Hills. Nah, but I mean, it's been a fucking blast. I think everybody here had a great sense of humor. I appreciate all of you. Larry, I apologize to you. I probably fucked with you way more than I meant to, and I apologize.
That's fine.
I just feel like you started painting targets all over your ass the moment we started. So I'm a bull. I see red, So but it's been a fucking pleasure. Well, at least I finally won't miss. I mean, I don't know. But it's been a pleasure, guys. I mean, Donnie, Shane, Larry, it's been a fucking blast, man.
I got something for Donnie real quick. Donnie, you have Netflix?
Not right now, no.
When you get it back, it's worth getting it for this Korean show called Physical 100. It's all these like wrestlers, CrossFit guys, and they compete in these feats of strength. It's really interesting. I think you'd dig that. So
I'll check that out at some point.
Donnie, what do you got to plug? You got to plug anything, Donnie?
You know what? I just want to give a shout out to Vinnie Mac tomorrow. If he's listening to this, if you're not, you tell him. I know he's going to go hard and pull big tomorrow and press hard. And Marion Center varsity team's up at districts this weekend. Hopefully we get some guys through districts to regionals. So
good luck, man. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck. Yeah, you're a busy man coaching those young people to victory, Donnie, and I commend you for doing all that. And
it's just not me. There's other guys involved.
I know there is. You're a linchpin. You're a linchpin. You're a good man in the community, and I know you're busy tomorrow, so I won't see you at that powerlifting meet. But I'll be down there tomorrow. But also, too, if anybody that's listening to this live and to the replay, please tune in to Chris and Donnie's interview where they talk about how they got into professional wrestling and how they became friends and got into wrestling and had a tag team of it. And hopefully, a promoter out there anywhere will actually let Chris and Donnie have a little bow in the chapter to let Team Tap Out have one more. I believe Donnie has one more chamber in there.
I think he has more than one more in there.
Yeah.
Donnie hasn't lost a step.
Yeah. Donnie's a beast, man. So Donnie, thank you for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Anytime, brother.
Anytime. Hey, Donnie, you gonna be 29? Is that the birthday coming up or 30?
Yeah, again.
Is it the big 3-0? Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, Larry, do you got anything to plug, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
Yeah. I know.
Thank you, thank you for having me on. It's
you're welcome.
It was fun talking to you guys. Even you, Rich.
I was going to say minus. I was waiting for a minus Rich, or maybe not that guy, or whatever. Yeah,
but I never met you guys before, but it was fun talking. I mean, I met Bubba and I saw Donnie at Troy Fritz's movie premiere, but we didn't introduce ourselves, so what the hell was that worth anything? We didn't get to say hi. But anyway,
I'm shy around people. I apologize. In case you couldn't tell, I'm a little shy.
Right. So, but anybody, Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk podcast, myself and the other two shitheads, JJ and Reese, Bubba knows we go on, and mainly it's ball busting. It's mainly what it is, right, Bubba?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Should be.
But anybody wants to join the Facebook group, it is Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. And then on YouTube, it is the Extreme Network. You can go back and watch all of our old shows, interviews. And then this coming Tuesday, we got a show coming up called Throwback. You may see a familiar face on that show. Other than mine, I'm not sure who else is going to be on there, but check it out.
Throwback. I like the name of Throwback. That was good.
Spoilers, not me.
I had Throwback Championship Wrestling at one time. I do like the old school stuff.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Didn't last long.
It's going to be like them hot dogs at the drive-ins. Never
dollar dogs.
Still gonna be the most expensive date you ever had.
Intermission wieners.
Intermission wieners
for the closet nerds that just come out of the.
This was a really good fucking time to me. I'm happy I did it.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
I was telling Bubba, I've been tied to the football thing for so long that it's like everybody's like, "Oh, you're the football guy. Oh, you're the football guy." I'm like, "Oh man, I do a lot more than football. I just don't talk about a lot of things." I mean, there's not many platforms that are fun to be a part of. I feel like I've joined a lot of different shows where there's a lot of hostility and seriousness and a lot of tension, and it's like it's not enjoyable, So this is like and I told Bubba this when I came on the show the very first time. I'm like, this is different, It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more laid back, but shit gets said and hell of a time. So Bubba, I commend you, man. It's a great fucking time. Great program. Always is. Whether it's football, whether it's wrestling, whether it's movies, whatever you're doing, you always do a hell of a job at it.
Well,
so
I
keep with it,
try.
brother.
I thank
and
you.
I'll keep on coming back.
I know, and you guys, all four of you got invites, and like I said, now we got these picks and stuff, and I've never did this tonight ever. I've never done this. I've been on shows where I have. And I'm, asking questions and doing stuff. And I try to be as professional as I can be with a little sense of flair and a little sense of humor, because I appreciate everybody that tunes in and takes the time to actually watch or listen and tune in and ask questions. And actually, Matt Davis, thanks for tuning in. Robbie, thanks for coming back on. Like, I truly want this to keep going. I'm a one-man wrecking crew, and I'm okay with that. And I got some interviews, and thanks to Donnie and Chris, that first interview got I've had some interviews, but it was just more than just me. But Chris and Donnie's interview was just phenomenal. I appreciate that. And like Shane says, I'm looking to get some interviews. Shane's got some names and stuff. We got some ideas, because it's an experience, and I want to interview people that have great experiences that could add to the show, besides talking Steelers, besides talking wrestling, besides talking pulp culture. I know I talk all the time. I talk for a living. That's my job. And Big Mike, thanks for tuning in, brother.
So I sell insurance, so I can relate.
Yeah.
Talking is all I do.
Yeah. So, and I appreciate, everybody that's helped me out. I got a huge interview coming on the 4th of March that I'm very excited to do. And thanks to Big Mike and Imagine Wrestling, it's going to come true. And I just like to help people and plug stuff and do what I can on my social media and do whatever I can. And thanks to you guys tonight. It was very fun. It was
so much
cool.
for not 2 hours, right? I mean, we're about 10 minutes out,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got wrestling picks. Yeah. And yeah. So, and I appreciate all you guys. And I know you took the time out to come on the show. And I appreciate that. And Shane, I appreciate when you share stuff. And Rich, always a pleasure. Larry, great that I finally got you on, and I wanted to get people on. That
you were awesome, Larry.
You're great, Larry. I'm very humbled that I have people like you that like to come on, and everybody has an open invite all the time. Is due to your schedule. We'll do this again. We're going to do this for WrestleMania. We're going to have a couple more. We'll have a couple more guys in the house. And I got the sheet right here. Got the sheet written down. So whoever wins the title. So guys, thank you so much.
I'll send
everybody.
you my mailing address.
Okay. Well, it's probably Donnie's looking good as FanDuel winner here. We'll have
True.
to
He's writing as we go.
Yeah.
He's gonna be smart. He's gonna make all the matches no decision except for whatever one he won. So
right.
there's gonna be a lot of disqualifications or countouts.
Yeah.
Hey, Bubba.
Yes, sir.
So I just got one more thing to say real quick.
Sure.
And it's AEW related.
Ooh.
Okay.
You would think after 4 years now that their cameramen would know when to put it on a wrestler when they're blading.
They should be fired.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I know.
Oh,
And I'm not.
What was there a blood scene going on? What was it? A blade? You said blading?
Yeah. Like
They filmed it right there.
Yeah.
Oh no!
AEW is not. I'm not.
Would have fired everybody in the fucking building if that would have happened with WWE.
I'm not excited and hard as I used to be for AEW as I used to be.
I love the roster. I love the roster. Sorry, I don't want to get the show going.
No.
Yeah, the roster's phenomenal.
More booking. And
There's two things.
Right before COVID, I liked watching it better than.
Well, I just looked at it the other night because my buddy's like, "Oh, AEW's way better than WWE if they were to do it right." And I looked at the roster and I'm like, "Holy shit, this has the makings of a hell of a fucking roster." I mean, they're all the guys that you missed that are still around, but you just don't know they're still around because like half of them are 0-0. Like I looked at like this year, half of them haven't even wrestled yet. You know, I mean, like it's kind of sad. But
there's one thing you can count on every AEW show, and that's John Moxley's gonna bleed.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah. Well, speaking
we're
of
gonna watch it when the camera pans right to him, huh?
Yeah. Well, speaking of AEW,
right on him.
Well, speaking of AEW, we can also do the AEW pay-per-views too. So if you guys are into that, I'm always into that, and that'll include the title for the belt. So we can do that, and I'll just I'll put it in my calendar and I'll put it in my planner.
Bubba's buying a lot of titles.
Yes,
Bubba, you have penthouse dreams, and I have an outhouse budget because I have to dance for my gas money, brother. You know, it's like literally when gas went up to $5 a gallon. I was telling my wife, if it goes to $6, I'm going to have to start, working at truck stops.
Well, I used to be able. I could dance if I need to, but Big Mike says Tony Khan equals Herb Adams 2. Ooh. Herb Abrams 2. A lot of coke back then in his cowboy boots. Woo! Yeah,
probably some boot knives.
Yeah,
that's a boot knife guy there.
Yeah, well, a lot of cocaine dreams, man. It's a snowy day. But guys, I just want to thank you guys so much.
No problem,
and,
man. My pleasure.
Yes, and thanks for everybody tuning in. Hit the replay. This will be on Spotify. It's on YouTube. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys so much. You four have a great night, a great weekend. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Hit the Triple B Experience. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Spotify. Help us out. Help us get to 800 to 900 to 1,000. We're almost there. And I just try to entertain everybody. I got a platform for it. I got a big fucking mouth to use, and I will use it no matter what. So everybody, have a great night. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everybody. Good night, everybody.